Hey gamers. So my fucking camera's not working this week. So it's gonna be a not, you can't see me on today's pre-show. But that means that if I don't start talking about a topic that I can put footage in the background of, then I'm gonna have to put in effort in my editing. I don't want to do that. So let's jump straight into it because we're gonna talk about what's about. Today on What About? Super hot, mind control delete. This game has flown under like so many fucking radars. Like no one is fucking talking about this game. When Super Hot 1 came out, everyone fucking talked about it for ages. Everyone's got Super Hot through some means or another. But now the sequels come out and everyone's like, "Ooh, my fucking eyes are closed. I can't see anything." Despite the fact, I mean, this is basically like a perfect sequel. You know, you'd think to yourself, oh well, you know, how much more could they do? It's Super Hot. They did, I don't know what they did, but they did it. I think this is an improvement on the first game in every way. This is similar to Doom Eternal for me, because whilst there are things that like on paper I don't agree with, it's like it's justified to the point where I can forgive it. So let me explain why. Doom 2016 is a very, very good comparison to this game in what it represents for the franchise, but this game is also the opposite of Doom Eternal when it comes to the gameplay. I'll talk about the gameplay first because that'll be quicker. In Doom Eternal, it's all about being even faster than 2016, about thinking even more strategically about what guns you're using, against what enemies at what time, when you're getting ammo, when you're getting health, when you're getting fucking armor and shit. In this one, you are punished for trying to go quickly. If you're going quickly, you are literally just playing the game wrong or trying to show off. In this game, the slower you go, the more time you take doing things, the better you are going to be at the game. But how is it the same as Doom Eternal in terms of what it represents to the franchise? Well, Super Hot 1, great game, but pretty basic. This one changes a lot of the aesthetics, changes a lot of stuff, and one of the reasons I think it's similar to Doom Eternal is that I prefer the look of Doom 2016 to Doom Eternal technically. I think Doom 2016 is boring looking, but at least it's not garish like Doom Eternal is. But in Doom Eternal, it works because it's easier to see enemies, and when you're moving as fast as you need to be good, you need to be able to see these enemies. So you can see the enemies, you can see when they're weak, you know what ammo you're picking up at what times because of the colors, you know what guns use what ammo because of the colors, you know where you are in the universe. It's very, very, it's a lot of gameplay and story things, and here it's the same. I think the level select screen takes a lot of the fluidity out of the gameplay. It's like you go into the game, you go into a level, and it's like a constant hit bashing it out of the park, fucking you know, oh, just play one more try, and you fucking play for hours, and then you finish the level and you go back out to the level screen, and it's like when you fucking run into a wall in Sonic, and you're like, oh, okay, I've stopped now. The game has stopped. It has been dragged to a horrible halt. But like with Doom Eternal's aesthetics, at the same time, the level select system works because it allows them to have basically a difficulty slider. The earlier levels you do, the easier it's going to be. The later levels you do, the more complex and the more difficult it's going to be. So, because of the big thing with this game, in that every single level is randomly generated, like when you go into the level, all of the enemy placements are randomly generated, the map that you're on is randomly generated, the weapons that spawn are randomly generated. It allows for much more replayability than the first game, where all of the weapons were pre-chosen, all of the enemies' positions were pre-selected. You could play Super Hot 1 blindfolded if you were good enough. But this game, you have to put in a lot more effort. Every single time you play a level, it always feels like a new experience. So yeah, I've had so much fun with this game, and I finished it. And when I say finished it, I mean finished it. And anyone who has played the game, which apparently is no one, you'll know what I mean when I say finished it. I finished it, and I'm about to get into spoiler talk. So if you don't want spoilers for a game which its entire story is about how it doesn't have a story and everything is meaningless and there's no closure, well, here are spoilers. So the game ends with you basically removing everything from the game until it becomes just you and the super hot screen at the end of each level. And that's the whole game. But you can travel around and retrieve the files and basically go back to the level select screen. Just reset to when you were just before you lost everything. But you do get stuff for completing the game. You get an ability that allows you to just play the game as though it is regular Super Hot. There's no hacks, no upgrades, no nothing. It's just basic Super Hot, which is like a hardcore mode, I guess. But the thing about that ending sounds fine, but whilst it's quote unquote retrieving lost data, it puts you through an 8-hour timer that you cannot skip. I sat through that entire 8-hour timer. I was so enthralled by this game, and I so wanted to play more that I had the game open on my monitor for 8 straight hours. It is burned into my monitor a little bit still because I had it on fucking screen for 8 hours. But that's fine because I just wanted to play the game more, and I have been. I've been playing it so much. Anyway, I'm tempted to give this game a fucking gold star because, like, it's really good. It's an improvement in every way on the original Super Hot. But I feel like because it's Super Hot and because it's such a simple game, I want to give it a green star just because there's not much to it. It doesn't have much of a story, but like it does everything it wants to do. It's Super Hot perfected. Like, it's not trying to do anything crazy. And the 8-hour loading screen, you can just minimize the window. It's not like a huge bother. It works for what it's trying to do. I think, honestly, this is probably a gold star game. So yeah, gold star, Super Hot. Next segment. The retrospective segment. Except not actually, because the retrospective segment, we recorded it and it was like an hour long. So that's going to be uploaded as a separate video at youtube.com/GRYITH. It won't be uploaded for a few days after this gets uploaded to YouTube. So keep an eye out for it. Join Discord to make sure you get to see it. If you want to see it, obviously you don't have to. It's just me talking about myself. But I was pretty happy with it. I opened up a lot about things in my past. I think it was really interesting talking about this particular project because the project I talked about in this retrospective was very near and dear to my heart. So keep an eye out for that one in a few days at youtube.com/GRYITH. Now, here's a word. Oh, I forgot to unmute for a second there. But we're back, gamers. And yeah, again, remember to keep an eye on youtube.com/GRYITH because the retrospective will be uploaded later this week. It is a long one, but stick it on in the background. Maybe you'll get something out of it. Who's to say? But do keep an eye out for it.
We're going, Tom. We're on. We're live.
Hell yeah. Oh, I could hear your door. Don't worry. What was I saying? Oh yeah, keep an eye on youtube.com/GRYITH because the separate GRYITH show segment of the retrospective will be up soon. It is going to be an hour long. It is going to be fucking crazy. You don't have to watch it, obviously, but it might be fun to stick on in the background because I basically reveal my tragic backstory in that episode, and it's fun. It's fun. It's not fun. It's kind of depressing, but it's depressing in the fun kind of way. You know? Anyway, also...
Fine, people feel better about themselves.
Exactly. Hearing other people talk about the negative things in their past helps people to come to terms with the negative things in their own past.
This is a therapy session.
You're right. This is a media, fucking... I was going to say news show, but I don't want to call it a news show. This is an episode of the Geek Cast. Welcome back.
Just so you know, if you donate £10 to GRYITH, I will draw you a frog.
Yes, if any donations over $9.99 will get you a drawing of a frog.
No, Tom! I'll just draw you a frog anyway, because you're coming over and you'll contribute to food.
Yes. You get a food-related frog.
That's another piece of news. There might be a Tom stream soon.
Whoa, that would be crazy. Yeah, that might be a Tom.
That would be crazy. That would never happen.
No. It might happen.
Yeah, it might. Who's to say? Who's to say?
Who is to say?
What else? Oh yeah. There might this is just speculation, but I've heard tell on the wavelengths that there might be Marshwood 3 soon. Who's to say?
Never.
I mean, it feels. When did I upload Marshwood 2?
Like a year ago.
It was like December 25th, I think it went live, because I was like, Merry Christmas, everyone. Marshwood 2, there it is. Yeah, December 25th. So yeah, the last Marshwood was at Christmas, so it has been half a year. I think it's a 6. I'm being more successful making Marshwood every 6 months than Supermassive Games has been at making a Dark Pictures anthology game every 6 months. So you know, at least I'm beating someone.
You've nearly made more episodes than the Be Larry King podcast.
That's true. That's true. With this next episode, I'll finally have outlived the Be Larry King podcast. Anyway, moving on to the main portion of our show, which is media. Moving on to actual news that people care about. Ghost of Tsushima came out.
Wow.
Didn't we talk about that last week? I might be mixing some stuff up.
I didn't talk about it.
What do you think of Ghost of Tsushima, Tom?
It looks like a Sony exclusive.
Crazy that.
Yeah.
Apparently it's pretty good.
I've heard it's okay.
I've heard it's getting like 80s, 85s, so it's like it's pretty good.
Yeah, I saw someone post about it and they were like, it made me cry, and I was
Yeah. It's one of those.
just seems fine.
Yeah.
Hold on, my audio should get a lot better in 2 seconds.
I'm ready.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Awesome.
Hell yeah. Okay, well, speaking of PlayStation exclusives, Hideo Kojima had an interview with Jeff Keighley.
Oh, yes.
It was 27 minutes long. Do you want to... Okay. Let me dish out everything that he revealed. You know, big, speculation, revelations from this. Do you want to hear?
Yes.
Absolutely nothing. He just fucking talked about bullshit for 25 minutes. He was just like...
Great.
They're just BFFs, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. That's fine. But, like, just have a conversation in your own time, you know?
They should start podcasts.
They should. I listen to that. Except they have to have a translator for each of them every time they talk. So that might be a bit of a weird podcast.
The Hideo Keighley podcast.
Ooh, Hideo Keighley.
Hideo Keighley.
Yes.
The Jeff
Kojima.
Jeff Kojima.
He did Jeff Kojima. Podcast.
my
That's a
shit.
catchy title.
That's
Fe-
my shit.
featuring the translator who does all the work.
No, they
Yeah.
could do a they could have a translator, but like just not have them in most of the episode. Like if you're listening in Japanese, he's Kojima and vice versa. If you're listening,
Yeah,
whatever.
easy.
Easily.
Well, yeah. Anyway, that's a non-story. So let's go to our actual next story, which
Then
is
why'd you
the
bring it up?
because I feel like it should have been a story, but it wasn't. The Nintendo Direct Mini happened, right? Fucking
it's
Xbox
so
dropped their
good.
shit. PlayStation dropped their shit a few weeks ago. Even Ubisoft dropped their shit recently. Fucking Square Enix has dropped all their shit. What has Nintendo got to show us?
It has to be the best Nintendo Direct I have ever seen.
It
Oh, yeah.
was
We got
And
we got Shin Megami Tensei.
yes.
Yeah,
There's like a whole 7 people excited for that.
And actually, I think a lot of people care about Shin Megami Tensei now because Persona's got
Yeah,
fixed. They're
it's
like,
very true.
oh, I like Persona. What else is there now?
Oh my god, I saw a fucking comment the other
Killers
day.
of Hyrule.
DLC for that. I saw a comment
Yeah.
earlier today on an IGN post about Shin Megami Tensei. And someone had said, Shin Megami Tensei is just edgy Persona.
It's like,
I was like,
yes.
what the Persona's already edgy. What do you want about? They're both
Yeah.
edgy.
Actually, Persona is edgier.
I'd say so.
Persona, I think it's 3, literally has a move where you shoot yourself in the head with a gun to
Yeah.
summon your little personas. It's like, well, part of that isn't edgy.
I mean, Persona 5 has a black and red color palette, and there's nothing edgier than black and red color palette.
Yeah, it's like Shadow the Hedgehog.
Exactly, it's like Shadow the Hedgehog.
I love Shadow.
Bring
Bring back Shadow Jess.
Yeah, bring back Shadow
we
Jess.
should.
So the PlayStation website opened up for pre-orders for just a moment, but it wasn't long enough for anyone to see how much it actually cost. But we did find out one very interesting thing about the PS5. It seems that Sony is only going to allow 1 unit per household to be purchased from their website. Which is interesting
okay.
because they've never had a limit like that.
They're that confident it's gonna sell out.
They are that confident that it's going to sell out.
It won't.
They are. I've heard rumors through the internet, Reddit, and Twitter that they've really ramped up production of the PS5 in preparation. Like they are preparing like 5 million units to be sold, which is
What?
fucking huge. Like you might remember, anyone who watches this, you might remember last week I had a story saying that Facebook was really ramping up production of the Oculus Quest 2, and that they were making 2 million, and that was like, whoa, 2 million? That's fucking crazy. But PlayStation's supposedly doing 5 million.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Which is fucking insane. That's like lifetime sales for some consoles.
Yeah. Honestly, for me, the only sorry to be a bit off topic. For me,
Yeah.
the only thing exciting about the Quest 2 coming out is it's
Yeah.
gonna lower the price of the original Quest.
It's true. You may remember, actually, no, I was going to say a thing, but it comes up later, so I'll talk about it then. But we will be talking about Quest 2 later on. It's going to be the next story now that I've said that, isn't it? No, it's not.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
But very off topic. My headphones are broken, so I've had to tape them together. And in order to keep them on my head, I've had to put a beanie over my headphones.
This is so sad. Anyone donate now, and some of the proceeds will go to Tom getting new headphones.
I think I might have warranty on them through Razer, but I don't remember if I signed up for that one.
Damn.
And that might just be for the keyboard.
Yeah.
It's a shame. It was my only good pair of headphones. No, I haven't had it for long.
So Next story is that Ghostwire. You remember Ghostwire, the new Bethesda game from the studio that made Evil Within?
Is that the one that you think looks amazing?
I
No,
think it looks pretty good. I just want more Evil Within, and I'm hoping it's just going to be Evil Within.
Yeah.
Well, IGN had an interview with the director of the game, and supposedly they don't think of it as a horror game. It's an action adventure game with spooky elements. So
Okay.
I'm thinking it's going to be one of those ones that's like horror in imagery only.
That sounds like my kind of thing.
Yeah, it looks. I don't know if you've seen any of the gameplay trailers, but it looks like it looks like an action game. Like there's a lot of physics shit.
I think I know what game this is, and it does look very fun.
Yeah, let me Ghostwire gameplay.
This is the one that anytime I react to something with, it's like this is like my perfect game, right?
Maybe. Let me get to the gameplay. There it is.
Yes, it is this game. I described this as Josh's perfect video game before.
You did when it was on. I think it was the PlayStation thing.
It might have been.
I think this looks fucking great. I'm really excited for it.
Is it an exclusive?
I don't believe so. I think that they've got like.
They just want you to associate it with their brand.
Yeah, it's one of those ones where they've paid to have the PlayStation logo at the beginning of all the trailers. You know.
Got it.
Next story: Rocket League's gonna become free to play.
Okay.
That's the story. As far as I can tell, no one who has purchased the game with money is going to get anything as a reward for purchasing the game with money. They're just going to be on the same level as everyone who gets it for free as well.
So why is it? What's their logic for making it?
They have
free
so
to
many.
play?
I assume they have. They've not given many details. They've literally just said it's going free to play next year. But I assume they have so many fucking tiny little DLCs now that they can basically just make money off that.
Yeah.
They might introduce a loot box system. Who knows? I'm not going to report on that. I don't care about Mafia.
Oh no! I don't report on it, but I think it's cool that they're remaking Mafia 1, which is known as the only good Mafia game.
Yeah, it's weird. We might have talked about it before, but did I ever talk to you about how, like, what the collection is going to be? The big collection that they're releasing.
I think you mentioned, but I don't remember.
Yeah, the first one is a remake from the ground up.
Yes, that's right.
The second one is a remake in the engine of Mafia 3.
And the Mafia 3 has no enhancements.
And Mafia 3 is just a re-release. Yeah.
That is strange.
It's extremely strange.
And what's especially strange about it is the fact that I swear people don't like Mafia 3 and they think the engine's buggy.
Yes, that is especially strange.
So,
That's
cool.
Small story. GeForce Now is going to be getting a big upgrade. Its whole tech is going to be overhauled. But it's going to cost the same amount to subscribe to, which people should do. The more people who support it, the more games it's going to get, so please.
But just a reminder, it is free to play. You can join for free, you can play for an hour
You can.
for free. It works pretty perfectly for free. There's not that many benefits from paying other than you get to play for a bit longer each session. But honestly, if I was on the go, I probably wouldn't play longer than an hour anyway. That's the only time I would play if I was like, on the bus or something.
Yeah. Obviously, it's going to be upgrading to NVIDIA's new line of cards for this year. You know, graphics cards and things like that.
Nice.
That's going to be the main upgrade, but they're also going to be doing an upgrade to their connection technology. So hopefully latency will be better, and hopefully you won't need a stronger connection in order to play it well.
I've tried PlayStation Now, Stadia, Nvidia, and I'm missing one, and Xbox, the
Yeah.
Xbox beta, and GeForce Now to me is currently the best service.
It's definitely the best offering. Like games
Yeah.
that you already have, you don't have to buy any new games. It's just games that you already have.
I think the only weirdness about it, which like I get because like legal reasons, is like
Yeah.
there's no reason why you couldn't just like play anything.
Yeah, yeah,
Like you can see your whole Steam library, and then there's just a lockup being like, no, not that.
yeah, it's true, and that leads to my major issue with it, which is the clunkiness of it. It just doesn't feel very
Yes.
professional. Like when you
It
click
doesn't
play, it
have
just
the UI.
boots you into when you click play,
Yeah.
it boots you into a fucking Windows screen, and then it boots up Steam Big Picture. It just doesn't feel very
Yeah.
professional at the minute.
Yeah.
But it is still
That's the
in
thing.
in beta technically.
I think Xbox has the best interface.
Yeah, it's just a shame that it's only on mobile right now.
Yeah, Stadia's interface is appalling.
Stadia's interface is awful. Is absolutely awful.
So bad.
The
Josh,
thing
I can't believe you just badmouth Stadia.
Well, I mean, if you got a point, you got a point. The thing is, though, the three, fuck PlayStation now. PlayStation now doesn't have anything. But the three
No, it
big,
doesn't.
like Nvidia, xCloud, and Stadia, all three are currently poised to leap on the cloud gaming. Like, when cloud gaming finally takes off, it could be any of those three. I normally like can make some wild prediction in my head as to which one I think it's going to be, but out of those three, it entirely relies on those companies. Stadia needs to do something big. If Xbox comes out and it's like, yeah, we're releasing this on fucking Windows, and it works the exact same way that it works now, and it's cheap as fuck, maybe even included in Game Pass, then they will absolutely take it.
I was gonna say, I think my current theory is gonna depend on next gen.
Yeah.
So if Xbox is, like £1,000 or something, and PS5 is like 500 at launch or 600 at launch, and more people are buying PS5s, I think Xbox will win in streaming because people obviously want the exclusives.
Yes.
I think it's gonna be a case of, because it's not gonna be Stadia's not gonna win at this point. Stadia's lost.
No, Google would need a drastic reform of the way they're handling Stadia, and they're just not going to do it.
Stadia is in the Wii U situation where it had a poor launch, meaning poor sales, meaning no third parties want to put their games on.
Yeah. It also means that Google's just like, oh, well, it wasn't an immediate success. We're going to cut. And apparently they have cut their Stadia's funding and team size by 2/3 since launch.
Oh my god.
Yes, it's ridiculous.
Wow,
but
I bet you're happy you invested in it, Joe.
I still to this day use Stadia every single day. I think it's a great service, but I think that it's just they shouldn't have done it. They should have called it a beta. They should have. It was literally just the handling of the release that was the problem. The service itself isn't that bad. They just needed to be more tentative about it instead of going, "This is it. This is the next big thing." When it's not, it's basically still in beta.
I'm gonna say this. Disagree as you might. The big thing holding Stadia back, in my honest opinion, is the lack of a subscription model.
Yes, absolutely.
Subscription models are so ingrained, like, in our culture these days. People would rather spend £10 a month than buy games outright. A lot of people, like, with Xbox Game Pass, it's like a no-brainer. Like, of course you're gonna get Xbox Game Pass, and then you're gonna buy stuff that isn't on Game Pass, like, without it.
Yeah.
Brilliant. That's 2 revenue streams. Whereas if you have to buy games individually that you don't own, most people in their brain are going to see that and go, well, I'm paying for something I don't own. Whereas if you're paying for a subscription, a lot of people then compare it to Netflix, where it doesn't matter to them as much. Like, if they want to own it, they'll buy it. If they don't want to own it and they just want to play it, they're gonna want to pay a subscription.
Yeah. I absolutely agree. The big problem with Stadia at the moment,
it's in this weird middle ground.
Yeah, it's their payment models. I mean, I've seen lots of videos about Stadia, and all of them say, in order to play games on Stadia, you need to pay $9.99 for the subscription, and then also buy the games. And it's just that Google has not been very clear about how Stadia works.
It's true.
And you can buy
because you've had Stadia for so long and you did so much.
It's true. The only reason I know is because I'm basically the most fucking. I know more about Stadia than the people that fucking work there at this point.
You should apply to work at Google.
I fucking hell. They everything I fucking own is Google anyway. Fucking. It's what was I saying? Oh yeah, it's just it's the fact that the $9.99 subscription gets you a bunch of free games that aren't very good. It's like the worst offerings on their whole platform.
Yeah.
And what else does a subscription get you? The ability to play in 4K, which most people can't do anyway. That's That's all that $9.99 gets you.
To me, like, the most fundamental flaw, like, is not just the lack of subscription. It's also just like, why would I spend
60.
£60 on Red Dead Redemption 2 on Stadia when, if I already have a PS4 or an Xbox One or a PC, I could get it for the same price and I could play it offline.
Yeah, a lot of people have said it before, but another of Stadia's biggest issues is target audience. There's no clear target audience. That the only target audience,
those Reggie Watts adverts.
Yeah.
They just didn't know what they're.
Yeah, it's true. The only target audience that I can think of is like people who aren't gamers but want to be and only have like a phone or a laptop. But like
it feels like the bad pitch that everyone does in school where they go, target audience, we want to appeal to everyone.
Yeah, it's true.
It's like, well, you can't do that.
Yeah, it's very true. You can't appeal to everyone. By trying to appeal to everyone, you inevitably appeal to no one.
And then there's weird anomalies like the Wii. Where they appealed to everyone and everyone bought it and it worked and it was a massive success.
God. Well, I think just everything Nintendo does should be taken as a market anomaly.
Well, yes, but also the big shift then was we didn't have smartphones.
Yeah.
So now the sort of people that would buy a Wii or a DS are just like, why would I do that when I can download a free app?
Why would I play Just Dance on the Wii when I can play Just Dance now on my phone?
To be fair, it's a much better experience.
It really is.
It's so good. We're definitely gonna do that when you come down.
Oh, hell yeah.
On a big fancy TV.
Let's hope that my corona fueled sweat doesn't spill onto you and then kill you.
Not the corona sweat. Moving on to the next story. Bomb Rush Cyberpunk.
Yes!
How much?
If anyone knows anything about me, is that Jet Set Radio is like my fucking favorite game of all time. I love its style, I love its gameplay, I love the sequel, but the original is just so good. And I've been campaigning for a new Jet Set Radio for, as Josh knows, for fucking years.
It's true. It's true.
When they had that poll that was like Jet Set Radio was the most popular Sega Ages candidate, and then Sega was just like, no, that like ruined my morning.
Yep. As soon as I saw that the advert for it, I was like, oh my god, I need to send this to Tom and Jess right now.
Yeah.
And then when I saw that the music was actually by Akumi Naganuma, I was like, yes! I can't wait. I guarantee there's going to be a Family Guy clip used somewhere in the soundtrack. I guarantee.
Well, do you want to know something interesting? This isn't the first time that happened. So have you heard of the game called Hover?
I think I know. Yeah, say the thing.
So Hover was like a big open world like skating game, and that was trying to be like, oh, we are the next, we're gonna be the next Jet Set Radio, and it was just really poorly handled. But that also had Hideki Naganuma or whatever his name is. Yeah, that also had his music in it. So I feel he just loves the franchise much. He will do anything to work on it again.
Oh, absolutely.
Genuinely, I mean, most of his tweets are him trying to say, message Sega, I really want to make a new one.
Yeah, like say what you want about Jet Set Radio's gameplay, like a lot of people think it's dated and all that, but like, it is one of the best gaming soundtracks of all time.
Oh, it really is. It really is.
There isn't a better... there isn't a funkier soundtrack out there. And if you're into
there are funk games with less funky soundtracks.
Yeah, like if you want like the most stylish game you'll ever play, like Jet Set Radio is up there because it's just it's so good,
Oh yeah.
so fucking
shit.
good.
Hello, Alex.
Lexi, hello.
I also wanted to say that in the system requirements for the game, it says sound card must be Naganuma compatible.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hello,
so
Craig
hyped.
Steve. Good to see you.
Hello.
Um,
I just want you to know, Josh, this is the only time a development Discord server.
yeah.
And one thing which is really exciting to me, which only clicked like when I joined the server, which is very good news, is this is the exact same team that made Lethal League and Lethal League Blaze, and Lethal League Blaze have the exact aesthetics of Jet Set. Like they have different gameplay. It's like a weird Pong style fighting game. But they've already.
Stadia's the next big thing. You should have been here a
Hideki
second ago. We were
Naganuma,
just talking about Stadia. We were.
and like the style is already there. They already know how to get the style.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
I mean,
like,
just looking at this, it's like this Bomb Rush Cyberpunk. Just looking at it, it's like. Well, I mean, there's no mistaking it, is there?
Yeah, and they also made a game called Megabyte Punch, which is really underrated. It's it kind of plays like another Subspace Emissary.
Right.
Like it's a single player Smash Bros game, but you play as a robot and you replace like your arms and legs with different things to add different moves
Oh,
to
I
yourself
think I know
and
the
stuff.
one. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really fun. I'd recommend it. It's a real good time.
Yes, this was probably one of the biggest like announcements of this whole E3 cycle is Bomb Rush Cyberpunk.
I wouldn't have it made by any other developer other than like Sega. Like,
yeah, right.
Perfect. Can I talk about a game I'm excited about that probably isn't on your thing?
Well, in this moment, I'm just going to read out some of the Steam page.
Some of that.
Sorry about that. In a world from the mind of Dion Costa, where self-styled crews are equipped with personal boost packs, new heights of graffiti are reached. Start your own cipher and dance. Paint, trick, face off with the cops and skate your claim to the extrusions and cavities of a sprawling metropolis in an alternate future set to the musical brainwaves of Hideki Naganuma. Facts: in the game, you can choose a character from your crew and explore the three-dimensional streets freely. Each stage is a neighborhood that represents one time of day. You can grind, slide, jump, trick, and air dash to move around. The goal is to get your name up and your name your name on the wall. Every stage has many spots to find where you can paint graffiti. You will encounter a lot of weirdos.
I just want to stop you there and say, if you replaced every mention of Bomb Rush Cyberpunk with Jet Set Radio, like it works. That's pretty much Jet Set Radio 1 in a nut.
Yeah, it wears its inspiration on its sleeve, but it's different enough that like they're not gonna face legal trouble realistically.
I'll be honest though, I don't care if it like doesn't have its own style.
Oh, absolutely.
Like Hover tried to be its own thing, and that's kind of where it didn't work because they were trying to be like.
Well, I don't really think it wants to. I think it's just
they
were just like.
And it shouldn't.
Yeah, I think it's just they were just like, oh, imagine if there was a new Jet Set Radio.
Yeah, exactly.
And then they just did it.
I'm so happy.
Tom, what was the other thing you were gonna mention?
The only good announcement at the Xbox thing, I'm really excited for Balan Wonderworld.
I actually was gonna have that on here somewhere.
Right. So when the game was like revealed, so it's made by the guy who did Sonic and Knights, and I'm trying for the life of me to remember his name. Jess, what's the Sonic man called?
God, I have no idea.
Anyway, it's made by him.
Yuji Naka?
Yes, Yuji Naka. And, so, like, when I first saw it, I was like, I couldn't explain why I thought it looked so good. Because even Josh, you were, like, hesitant. You were like, I don't know, it's kind of just, like, another platformer thing, but it's got, like, cool visuals.
Yeah.
but like I was like immediately intrigued by it. I've watched that trailer like 20 times.
Yeah.
It's like it looks like it looks like to me like the only modern 3D platform we've seen. Because every other 3D platformer is trying to go for this like retro throwback thing.
Yeah.
The only one that wasn't was Super Mario Odyssey.
Yeah.
This feels like an extension of that. Like we're gonna make a modern 3D platformer, and it just looks fucking so good.
Yeah, I've watched the trailer a couple more times since, and honestly, there are little moments in it where I'm like, ooh, you know,
Yeah.
like most of it, I still kind of feel like, this is all stuff I've kind of seen before, but I've kind of, I'm in the place now where I'm
It
like,
comes to the genre
yeah, but
as well.
yeah, well, it's like, is that a bad thing? Like,
Yeah, exactly.
this feels familiar, you know?
A lot of times with, because I know you're not a big platformer guy, but a lot of times, like, with platformers, the differences don't come from, like, the level design, they come from, like, the nuances and the control.
Yeah.
And, like, you know, obviously the level design has to be good, but, like, a lot of platformer fans don't care much about set pieces unless they're, like, explicitly, like, really cool. And the only thing I'm worried about in that trailer is the play speed and the like run speed seems slightly slow.
It might feel different in gameplay. Who knows?
It might feel different, but it kind of, to me, the thing I'm worried about is it not having much of an emphasis on platforming and more on those like 80 fucking power-ups, which is exciting. But I almost wonder if it's going to be more of like a puzzle game in execution. That's my only concern. But other than that, like, that being revealed like the same day as like Bomb Rush is just like, yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's all you need.
A huge, a nice selection.
And it's not even like, wow, I am excited because this franchise I care about. It's like two things that are inspired by other things, but they're like wholly unique, and I couldn't be happier.
I gotta say, this villain does look like that from Sonic, though.
Oh yeah, no, the villain looks like they're from Persona. The top hat guy.
No, that's not a villain.
Oh, is it not?
No, the top hat guy's not the villain. I'm talking about I mean, this looks like a human version of. Yeah, this looks like a human version of Infinite from Sonic Forces, right?
Josh, have you ever played Knights?
I haven't played Knights, no.
So if people were like watching right now, they'd slaughter me. Knights is one of the most overrated fucking games I've ever played. It's clunky. It doesn't work. It's
oh my god, you're just describing every Sonic game.
It's a weird combination of a 2D flight arcade game and a 3D explorative platformer. And you switch between them on the fly. It just doesn't work.
Oh dear.
But people seem to love it, and I cannot for the life of me understand why.
Maybe just because it's different?
I guess so. It's apparently the only good game on the Sega Saturn.
Uh-oh, maybe that's why.
Maybe.
It's the best the Sega Saturn had to offer.
I mean, can you even think of any other games that are on the Sega Saturn?
Off the top of my head, I literally can't.
All I can think of is that and Panzer Dragoon.
Oh my god.
And I know how you feel about Panzer Dragoon.
Oh, I just don't think the remake's good.
It isn't. But it still plays the same, so it didn't bother me that much. Like, it's nice to have on Switch. But I've got the sequel on Xbox, and that includes the entire original game. It's not like I'm missing out.
Yeah. Next story.
Sorry, I just waffled for hours.
No, it's okay. I just didn't know how to build from that.
I just tuned into Justice No Man's Sky playthrough. I was like, well, I'm gonna be here a while.
Going in a random direction for like 5 minutes on Hyperdrive.
Yeah.
Lexi, did you see Bomb Rush Cyberpunk?
What the fuck?
I did, yes.
Doesn't it look fucking perfect in every way?
Alex,
It does. Oh, holy shit! Are those
Floating
trees?
islands. It's all floating islands.
For context,
Oh, that's so
Jess is
cool.
playing
Jess is playing No Man's
Sorry.
No
Sky
Man's
and
Sky.
streaming it to
Yeah,
the.
sorry.
It's very
chat.
cool.
It's the coolest fun I've ever seen. This is awesome.
So the next story is one, and I've skipped a few of the stories today because I knew this one was coming up, and this one is kind of just a summary of a lot of things that have been revealed this last week, which is everyone knows that a lot of game studios are now working from home, and a lot of game studios have been tweeting out things like this, where they basically just say, "Don't worry, guys, we're still working on our games."
Okay.
That's it. And
Oh.
a lot of places just like, "Guys, new Dragon Age news. It's coming out."
Well, at least Nintendo had the balls to be like, yes, we are likely not releasing anything this year.
Yeah, at least Nintendo fucking did that, posted that. That post didn't get as big a backlash as I thought it would.
No, to be
I
fair,
expect-
it's because most people, whenever a game comes out from any developer and it's bad, everyone's like, oh, let's post a picture of that Miyamoto quote that he said once. Do you remember when he
Yeah.
said a game that is rushed is bad forever, but a game
Yeah,
that is
the-
delayed is
the most
always great?
The thing that people have been quoting so much the last 2 years.
I
There should
know.
be a limit on how many times a certain quote can be said.
Yes, I feel like No Man's Sky was the first time I started seeing it like a million times. Now
Yeah,
it's just
I think someone once said, "I want games that are more expensive, that are shorter, more expensive, and cost less to make." And I'm not joking.
how can it be more expensive and cost less?
It costs less to make,
Oh, but it's more expensive to
but it's
buy.
more expensive to buy.
Why?
Because the industry is not in a very healthy. The industry's not in a
actually.
place that it can maintain at the moment. If
No.
the industry keeps on its practices currently into the next generation, there is going to be another video game crash within the decade.
It's actually interesting because I don't like longer games. I would much rather play like a 4 to 6 hour game.
Yeah,
I treat video games like I treat movies.
yeah. But on a, I mean, depending on how you look at it, a good note or a bad note related to this, Jason Schreier has said that Ubisoft said on today's earnings call that their next gen games this fall will be the same price as current gen games. Which is like great. Everyone was worried that next gen games would cost more, but honestly, next gen games probably should cost more. Games are more expensive to
Yes.
make. I mean, fucking, there's a reason that crunch culture exists. You know?
Yeah. It's not great.
It's not great. I'm telling you, if the games industry stays with its practices that it currently has now, there will be another video games crash within the decade.
See, you say that, but also now video games are more popular than ever.
Yeah, I mean, in this country, in the UK, for the last few years, actually, since like 2014, video games have made more money than movies.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Like, think about how quickly The Last of Us 2 sold, even with
It's
all
true.
the negative backlash.
it's true. It's true. It's very, very true. I mean, I guess only time will tell, really. I mean, I just want the video game industry to change a lot of its practices and the ways it sees certain groups of people. And I'm not talking about, like, representation. I'm talking about, like, fucking... there is a huge divide between indie devs and big publishers. Like, you know, I'm not going to get into this now. Point is, video game industry bad. Big industry bad.
Yeah.
Get rid of it.
But yes, no, I think for me the thing that I find especially strange, I really love like the PlayStation 2, GameCube, Xbox era.
Yeah.
And the thing which is missing from this era, it is like you said, you've got the big expensive AAA games and you've
Yeah.
got the indie games. But what you're missing is where 99% of 3D platforms and adventure games came from.
Yeah.
Like the double A or single A developers, or
Yeah.
even the B developers who had like not as much of a budget, but more of a budget than indie games and still had
Yeah.
publishers.
I mean,
feel like
double A games basically isn't they're not a thing anymore. There's just
Yeah,
it just
exactly.
doesn't exist.
it's just you're either AAA,
Yep. Or indie.
you're either AAA compared to AAA but don't have the budget of AAA, or indie. Like people
Yeah.
look at the Battle for Bikini Bottom remake and go, "Oh, that's a AAA remake," and it's like it really isn't.
Yeah, you're either fucking Naughty Dog, Bethesda, Devolver, or indie.
Yeah, even though Devolver is considered indie by everyone.
Yeah, it's true. Even though Devolver Digital is a huge company, but compared to the monoliths of Sony-owned companies and Ubisoft, Bethesda, Square Enix, it's just nothing by comparison.
Yeah, I feel like Devolver also has like a reputation of being a friend to the indie developer
It's true.
I mean,
yeah.
because they publish a lot of games.
I mean, Devolver Digital's whole like mindset is basically, we're gonna function like a proper game publishing studio, but we're only gonna publish weird, interesting indie games.
Yeah, it's true.
And you know what? We love to see it.
Yeah, it's great.
Absolutely. Devolver is my favorite thing my favorite
It's,
industry company right now.
It's cool. It's cool that a lot of developers are trying to do the same thing. Like Humble Bundle's trying to do that.
Yeah, that's true.
And then even fucking like limited run games are trying to develop
Yeah.
some games. And,
Yeah.
Like it's cool that we're seeing more and more of them, but it's almost like more people care about indie games than ever, and getting made, so they are even fucking harder to get noticed.
Yeah. I had
That's why.
Mm-hmm.
I was
on-
just quickly. I'm
Yeah.
saying that's why so many indie games these days, instead of just being like really well polished games, are built off either viral appeal or some weird, interesting gimmick.
Yeah, absolutely.
You don't see like the true like you don't see like a Shovel Knight retro revival now as much as you used to. Instead, you see like, we're gonna do a 2D platformer, but it's gonna be a horror game, and
Yeah.
it's gonna be all jumbly, and Let's Players are going to get very scared.
Yeah, it's true.
Oh, I
it's
love
true.
Sonic.exe.
Uh-oh. I love Doki
Yeah,
Doki
me
Literature
too.
Club.
You aren't
Oh,
special, bitches.
I love
think,
Baldi's Basics.
I think we were even saying about like
Five Nights
how
at Freddy's.
people in the industry, like indie devs, starting
Indie
to help
deaths.
indie deaths, are starting to help fund other indie games, and I think it's really cool.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
a lot of big groups now that are helping, especially like marginalized communities and stuff, like just actually fund shit, and people who
Yeah.
just could not sell their game at all because coronavirus. Like there's so much like past devs who have found success like actually getting funding for shit now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the good thing, I guess, is on a consumer level, consumers tend. Well, I say this. Obviously, I'm not speaking about what is probably like 90% of consumers, who are the people who we don't hear from. You know, the people who don't go on Twitter, the people who don't go on social media. The reason that The Last of Us sold so well, despite all of the negative press, 90% of gamers we just don't hear from. But the people who we do hear from, the people who are active within gaming communities and spaces, a lot of them tend to look at indie games and AAA games under the same lens mostly, which is a great thing. But I will say, on the more AAA level, I had a really depressing moment during the Xbox presentation. You'll see. I think did I stream that one? I don't remember.
I know
I think
watched
you
it
did
with
because you asked me to attend when I was sleeping. It's 7 in the morning.
Okay,
Lexi,
well I must have then.
Lexi, just wake up, you freak. Just
Silly
Absolutely
Gr-
not.
Grith is
It's
more
7
important.
in the morning. Disgusting.
I need content.
You need other people to
but if
boost
you-
your team.
Honestly, Grith doesn't mean Josh anymore. Grith just means
It's an
Josh and his
entity.
friends.
Yeah.
It's true.
We are
It's so
we
true.
are Grith.
We are
We are Griff.
His name was Robert Paulson.
What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I had. If you watch that stream back, there's like a solid 5-minute segment where I'm just staring blankly into space and not saying anything. I had
Yeah.
like an epiphany during it, and it's not like anything that hasn't been thought about before, but it's suddenly like it like all of a sudden dawned on me exactly how barefaced the marketing and the E3 cycle has become. Like, if you watch the Ubisoft thing, you watch the Stadia Connect, you watch the Nintendo Direct, you watch the Sony presentation and the Xbox presentation, they kind of all blur into one. They're all the same thing. None of these companies are trying to be unique. They're just trying to fucking do what worked for other companies.
Yeah,
And
well, I
it's
think
just-
that's why Devolver was so
And if-
good, because it's just
Yeah.
taking the piss out of this.
Well, yeah, that's the
terrible
reason.
practice of
That's the
just-
reason it works so well.
Yeah.
And if you go back to like even not even that far back, the beginning of this console generation, when the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4 were announced, that year of E3 was interesting. You watch those presentations and they have a distinct personality to each presentation. The companies are presenting themselves in a certain way, but the companies don't
Yeah.
present themselves anymore. They just exist. They're
It's-
just entities.
It's especially sad because like people talk about like, haha, E3 cringe, but like part of the appeal, like part of the reason that people still still talk about cringe moments is because of how memorable the presentations are.
Yeah, like you wouldn't be able to go to 2019's E3 and be like, oh, I'm gonna make a cringe compilation, because there just isn't. It was so like formulaic
Nothing.
and
There was
nothing
nothing.
and boring. The companies just aren't trying it. Well, they are trying. They're trying so hard to appeal to this very, very rigid guidelines of what works, what markets, what people buy,
Yeah.
what convinces people to buy. They're not trying to have fun with it or make you remember it. They're not trying to market themselves anymore because the marketing's already happened. They're too big.
Yeah,
They're too
what-
big to
what about
fail, so they
that,
don't need to try anymore.
What about that guy that went, let's go back to the past?
Yeah, you don't
Oh, I
you don't see
remember
that.
Yeah.
I miss it.
I think part of it is just how E3 is managed now.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's really shitty.
I
To
think-
people. I've heard like that a lot of people dropped out before coronavirus was even a thing.
I don't think E3
Like,
is
a
going to
lot
happen
of
next year.
I mean,
No.
I told you what I was saying about E3, and that's, I think it's so stupid that like when E3 stopped happening, they didn't try to put their name on like Summer of Gaming or whatever, or on their presentations and call it like E3 Presents or something,
Yeah,
because like you would assume that they would want to keep up the
the brand.
brand, and
Yeah.
like that would work, because I didn't know 99% of presentations were happening because I didn't follow
Summer Game
E3.
Fest.
I only knew through you.
Yeah.
It's like if like, you know, if they branded it as E3, I think they would actually get a lot more. You know, people would actually still care about going to
That's
E3.
true.
But I think this year not having E3 has made people realize, wow, we don't need E3, and no
Yeah.
company is going to attend next year.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's so true. It's so true. I don't think E3 is going to happen next year. I say that I don't think the pre-show press conferences are going to happen next year.
Yeah, the event.
I think it's going. Yeah, I think it's going to be the
exist.
event. But even then, I don't think we're going to like. And many companies even going. Sony didn't attend the actual event. Last year they didn't have any stuff. I mean, Sony was at Insomnia when we went last year, but they went at E3. I mean, how much does that say? A fucking tiny little minuscule event in fucking middle of Britain
bloody
got
Birmingham.
had a massive medieval thing and Spider-Man and shit. But E3 didn't get anything from Sony. That should tell you all you need to know, basically,
Yeah.
about E3.
Yeah.
Oh well, moving on.
Yes, I agree to everything that has been said.
Did you zone out like me, Lexi?
I just sort of entered a different realm of
Yes,
consciousness.
me too. Me too.
Carrion came out, everyone.
Awesome.
Oh shit! Fuck yeah!
Yes, I finished it this morning.
How was it?
Hell yeah!
It was fun. I literally only have one problem with it, but it's a really big problem.
There's no map.
There's no map. Like it's
Yeah.
like a
Oh,
it's like a
no.
full-on Metroidvania. You can go anywhere you want on the
You
map
didn't-
that you unlock.
You didn't know it was a Metroidvania, didn't you? Because when you were talking to me about it, you were like, you were like, I played the demo and I played one level from
Yeah.
this part of the game and one level from this part, and then when the game came out, you told me it's a Metroidvania.
Yeah, I didn't know.
very-
I figured
that's
it would be
very
like
shocked.
basically a linear puzzle game.
Like, yeah.
But
instead, it's more like Headlander or something.
yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, the only major issue is that it's got a really big world. Like, there's a
Yeah.
lot of places to explore, but a lot of them look the same, and that makes it really, really difficult to know where I am and where I need to be, because there is nothing to tell you where you need to go, and there is no map to look at. There is
Someone should buy me Carrion.
you can if you have
No,
Xbox
no.
Game Pass, you can get it for free.
But that requires me to use the Xbox app.
Oh, that's true.
Lexi,
It is
True.
shite.
Lexi, you should buy me video games.
You
Well,
should
When
buy
I start
Tom.
getting a stable income again, you
You
better
should-
watch
Yeah,
the
that's
fuck
something you-
out.
You should become my sugar daddy.
Yeah, you should become my sugar daddy.
I will
TC.
I will send you pictures of my toes.
Ooh,
and-
tempting.
Hmm.
You got to admit you're
could-
I've
tempted.
never been one much for toes, but I'm sure we can figure something out.
How about scrotum?
Just the scrot.
I'll think about it.
Nice hairy scrot, you know.
Just the scrot. Only the scrot.
Yeah. What else would I send?
I use this trailer because I think this is a wonderful animated trailer for Carry On.
Carry on my way, sir.
Especially this bit. I really like this bit where he goes bleh.
There'll be peace when you are.
So Karen, oh yeah, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I finished the game today. The ending is a little. I don't know what I expected, but the game ends. Actually, you know what? I'm Carry On
The game
spoilers.
ends?
Yeah, I know, right? Carry On spoilers. If anyone cares about it, doesn't really have much of a plot anyway. There is a point in the game where it's usually pretty clear. I didn't actually get lost that often during the game, but there is a point where it takes you back to a location you haven't been to for the entirety of the game, and doesn't give you any information on where you need to go next, because that area basically leads you to everywhere you've already been. And eventually, I figured out that what you need to do is go back to the place from the beginning of the game, the very first level in the game.
Lame.
It took me 3 full days of just fucking wandering around. And by the way, enemies don't respawn or anything, so it was literally just wandering around empty rooms.
That doesn't sound very fun.
Yeah, my biggest weakness of the game is that it doesn't tell you like where to fucking. But I mean, there might have been some indicator or something, but literally, it was the final like moments of the game. It took me out to the hub world, and I didn't know where to fucking go. Eventually, I figured out I need to go back to the first level in the game, and then you get a special ability, and then the end of the game happens, and I won't say what it is. But the ending of the game is pretty good. I like it.
I've got some breaking news.
Do tell.
Do you remember
The 21st night of
anal-
September.
the analog pocket?
Yes.
Well, the analog pocket is getting delayed till next year.
Oh, big surprise.
That's the bad news. The good news is pre-orders are opening next month.
That's good.
Nice.
Which means it's still happening. It's frustrating because if pre-orders open sooner, I could have blew some of my student loan on it, but now I have no money, so I probably won't be able to get one.
Oh, that's lame.
Yeah.
But
nice.
it's really cool for anyone who doesn't know. It's an FPGA Game Boy. An FPGA isn't software emulation; it's hardware emulation. So it's going to be 100% accurate to the console, and it can play. It's nice and premium, nice and HD, and it can play Game Boy, Game Boy Color, and Game Boy Advance games. And then has adapters to play like Sega Game Gear and shit like that.
Love.
But it's
Nice.
and Analog have made really cool systems before, so it's very exciting. So if anyone cares about retro handheld games, that is the one to get.
Absolutely. I mean, it's good to know that pre-orders are open. At
Yeah,
least that
they're
show
opening
of
in August.
Oh well, still,
Yeah.
it's a show. It's a show of, you know, have faith, guys, please. I beg you.
Oh, I should also mention it comes with a little dock so you can hook up to the TV
Oh
as
fuck
well.
yeah,
Oh,
nice.
that's cool.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
remember the one. I was trying to remember which
Yeah.
little thing it was, but yeah, I remember
And it
the
can
one.
and it's got Bluetooth controller support and shit like that.
Mm.
It's very cool, and they also announced today that if multiple people have these analog things, you can connect them together with USB cable, like link cables with a Game Boy,
Mm.
which is cool.
Ooh.
It's just a little bit disappointing that it works through like a USB cable rather than making like a analog to Game Boy cable, because then you can like play with actual Game Boys rather than buying a $200 HD Game Boy, which not many people are probably gonna have, but that's fine.
Yeah.
I'm still happy. I'm still looking to get one, even though I won't be able to.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they open in August, so maybe somehow you'll get a big boost of money. Who knows?
I doubt it, but who knows?
God, I need to get Hilux too.
Oh, it looks good. Josh,
I want
have you-
it so bad.
I haven't. Let me.
Josh, do you know Hilux is an?
I know what Hilux is. I didn't know there was a Hilux
yeah.
2.
Hilux 2 just came out, and the visuals, because it wasn't done in Game Maker or RPG Maker or whatever this, the graphics aren't compressed, so it's all lovely in proper stop motion.
Lovely.
Mhm.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
And the environments have some like verticality to them.
Yeah.
Also,
Yes,
Yeah.
it looks so good.
I actually did know this one was coming out because someone asked me to play it on stream a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
Someone
to be fair,
who has money, give me Hilux.
Yeah,
I
right.
beg you.
I didn't know Hilux existed until the sequel came out, and I watched a fucking Nitro Rad video on it.
Nice.
Oh, I watched the first part of it, but then I was like, I do want to play this and not be
Yeah.
spoiled, so I ended up stopping. But
Yeah, that's fair. I think it looks neat.
Yes, I agree.
it does. It looks so good. Which is why I need DoorDash to pay me money so I can get it, please.
Money.
See, I was just about to buy it for you, Lexi, but it's physically more money than I actually have in my account.
Lame.
Ooh.
How much is it? How much is it?
Sad.
It's 11
15.
pounds.
Ah.
15 USD, yeah.
Yeah, and I have 9 pounds, so.
Oh
Lame.
god. Well then hold on to that maybe.
Mm.
Who else could? Yes, I should. But the original is only $1.99. Replay that one, I guess.
Okay.
Well, the next story on my list is I wanted to talk a bit about Stalker 2, which was
Okay.
one of the more vague announcements at the Xbox thing.
You mean the sequel to the video game equivalent of it's not good unless you have mods?
Yes, it's true. It's what everyone claims that every Bethesda game is, but this is actually that thing.
Yes, it's
Um,
true. I was reading about the Stalker video game because obviously it's based on Roadside Picnic,
Yes.
which the film is also based on.
Mm-hmm.
the film Stalker, and it is fucking could not be like more different
Yeah.
than the film. Like, it's it's like the plot of that game is like
Aliens.
is aliens. Like aliens are like
That's
implied in the
that's-
film, but this
yeah.
is just straight up alien.
That's taken directly from the book, where it's like straight up, it was aliens.
No, I know. And I was about to spoil the ending of the first game, but I don't want to in case
Yeah, in
people
case
haven't
someone hasn't played it. Yeah.
Because there's a big hilarious plot twist in that game that meant I could never ever take it seriously.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about, but yeah.
Yes.
It's pretty wacky.
Well, quickly, spoilers for Stalker. Mute the stream.
Yeah, mute the stream for 20 seconds if you don't want the spoilers. From now.
The guy you were looking for in the whole game is revealed to be the player all along.
Stinky.
It's so stupid.
It's like one of those things where it's like you, and you like point at a mirror.
Yeah.
Josh, didn't you do that for a presentation?
Yes,
You
I did.
literally-
I did.
Josh did a presentation where it's like, we'll do this, you, and then he just put a big JPEG of like a finger pointing at the camera, and it was very funny. It got a big laugh.
Yeah, my presentations always get a big laugh. I'm good at doing PowerPoint presentations.
You are.
They're great.
You should just be Dave Gorman.
I should. Oh my god, you're right. You're right.
Genius.
That's all he does. He makes funny PowerPoints.
Except I can only make PowerPoints for things that I'm pitching. I'd have to just think of hundreds of things to pitch.
I love Dave Gorman. He's a very funny man.
But anyway, info about Stalker 2. The zone is now a fully open world area, and it's going to have side missions and things
cool.
like that. It uses the A-Life 2.0 system, which influences the state of the world, characters, and mutants, even if the player isn't present at the time. And it also has a branching story with multiple endings. Basically, just like a big
Just sounds
step
like a
up.
Half-Life game.
Yeah, right.
It just sounds like Half-Life.
I mean,
not
yeah,
Half-Life,
not
not
wrong.
Half-Life. Fallout. Sorry.
Yes. Yeah.
Sounds
The
exactly like.
same game.
They're the
Yeah,
same
sorry.
thing.
Lexi, I don't play narrative video games.
I don't
that
play
much.
video games.
I'm not here for story ever. Shut the fuck up about story.
I'm not here for story ever. Mr. wants to be a filmmaker and love films says.
Stories suck. I wish there were none.
No, it's just because like I have this really big issue where like I forget to watch films for fun.
Yeah.
So if I watch a film, I'm watching it for the narrative.
I
and
want
if
to.
I'm
I want
playing
to.
a video game.
I want to
I want
think
to, like-
when I watch a movie.
If I'm playing a video game, I want to completely switch my brain off. That's why, like, the only thing I played on my Switch in, like, the past 3 months is fucking Tetris.
But to be fair, nothing's fucking come out on Switch.
What about Paper Mario?
Moving on to our next story.
What about Paper Mario? The
No,
game that-
fuck Paper Mario. Next
the-
story.
Paper
I don't wanna
Mario,
talk
the
about
game that
Mario.
the game that people love, despite everyone agreeing that it has a terrible combat system.
Yeah, it's one of those ones where everyone's like, it's not very good, but the writing's so chuffed.
Yeah, it's such a shame that like Alpha Dream, the people who made Mario and Luigi, and like I love Mario and Luigi, so it's like okay, well maybe I'll play some Paper Mario, maybe I'll try and finally get invested in that series. And then the new one comes out, and it's like it's written well, but the world is still full of toads, and the combat is terrible. And it's like, wow, I don't want to play this.
Yep,
I
stinky.
will play Bug Fables.
Bug snacks.
Next.
Bug
Like-
Fables is fun.
I was just about to say, Lexi, I saw you had it. Is it worth playing?
I don't actually own it. I library shared.
Like me and Josh.
Yeah, but yes, I do very much enjoy it. I think the
Yeah.
characters are fun. The story is nice and simple.
Yes.
The gameplay is very Thousand Year Door, so people who are like, "Where's the Thousand Door remake?"
They're just like, that'll
Play
do.
Bug Fables.
Yeah.
Just play Bug Fables. I swear to Christ.
Yeah, that's fair. No, because I'm looking for like a new light-hearted linear RPG in the Mario style. they're the only RPGs I tend to enjoy.
Yeah.
The Vor game is one of my favorite
The Vor game.
RPGs of
Oh
all
yeah,
time.
Bowser's War Story.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Bowser's Inside Story is so good. But there's so much vor and inflation in that game. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Every character gets inflated, and it's like
Oh,
this
God.
has to have like
Been a fetish
done
thing.
something. Yeah, like
Wait,
like
Alpha Dream, you want to tell us something?
like even if it wasn't a fetish thing, it's like this has to like
Have
have
influenced.
started it
Yeah.
to a lot of people. Yeah, it's
Um,
it's the vor inflation game.
Well, anyway, speaking of war and inflation, we're gonna be
I
talking.
don't like how that
Finally!
started.
We're gonna be talking about Halo Infinite.
Halo inflate.
Halo Inflate.
Yes.
Halo Inflation.
Oh,
Master
Because-
Chief, what are you doing
Because
with
the
that
hype.
pose?
Because the hype for it was very inflated.
Wow.
That is true.
No, it's because Master Chief is gonna stick a hose up his butt and inflate himself into a big balloon.
He sticks
Yeah.
one in his butt and one in his mouth.
What? Why both?
Because
Bro,
it's
the old
faster.
double hose?
What?
Goes faster that way.
Oh, does it? Lexi, can you confirm? Does it go faster that way?
I can't.
Oh, that's a
I
shame.
don't know if
That
that's
is a
how it
shame.
works. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's okay. I thought our expert would know a lot in that field.
So,
I'm like a scholar.
oh my god, yeah, wearing
You're the
wearing
you're the
robes,
deviant art fetish
Fascinating.
scholar.
reading a
You're
book.
the deviant art fetish scholar. I come to you whenever I have fetish questions.
Like sake.
You
Right.
just joined.
Is yes.
And then I
Joe.
spend 5 minutes on E621 and I'm like, here's your answer.
You go, here you go, here's some feral Lion King porn. And I go, that's not what I asked for, please get it away.
No.
I could have sworn
Look
I
at
had
it.
it right on the money. Shit.
Anyway, Halo Infinite. Halo Infinite. Guys, what did you
could
think of
care
Halo
less.
Infinite? Did you think it looked amazing? Was that next gen gameplay that you wanted to see?
I-
Do you think I pay attention to Halo? Because you'd be wrong.
Honestly, I don't know
I know.
if this is just me,
Yeah.
but it just doesn't look good visually.
No,
No,
it
looks
doesn't. It doesn't.
absolutely fucking
It does not.
awful.
It doesn't even
It
look.
really
It doesn't even
doesn't.
look current gen. It looks like Halo 3.
It looks like 2007 graphics. Like it does
What it
not
looks
look
like,
good.
what it looks like to me is what we remember Halo 3 looking like.
Yes. Yeah.
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 Like if you think back to an old game, it looks like when you think back to an old game, and it looks slightly better than you remember. But like, yeah, it's just it doesn't look good. I don't know if that's just me, if that's a popular opinion or not, but I just
I think it's popular.
I don't know,
I
man.
think they should give Master Chief Until Dawn teeth.
Oh, absolutely. I don't know. I'm looking at it, and the character models in this kind of look the same.
I think the thing which was most surprising to me was when they showed that big ending of the big alien villain be like rah rah rah, and his text
I'm
just
good,
looked like
correct,
they hadn't,
Steve.
like,
I'm doing very
popped in
well.
yet.
Yes, it did. It did. In fact, one of the things I pointed out when we were watching it, there was consistent pop-in of the textures all the way through their gameplay presentation.
Yeah,
It was like
it's almost like it was almost like it was running off a slow PC hard
Yeah.
drive.
it was
Which made,
especially
which made
bad.
Sony's presentation look even better in comparison.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
went into a menu at one point during the game, and then they went out back into the gameplay, and all of the textures visibly popped back in.
Yeah,
It was really embarrassing.
it was rough. But I think it's I think Xbox is gonna try like 3 times as hard like they did between the Xbox and the 360. They're gonna be like, no, we're gonna be the winners, guys.
Yeah. So
No, I was just gonna ramble like always.
I have some more information about Halo Infinite, and I said this actually during a presentation. I've been doing some thinking about that subtitle Infinite, and I kind of was right in what I said, that I thought they'd make it into a game as a service in some fashion and just be like, oh, we never need to make another Halo. And guess what? They've said we're not going to be making a Halo Infinite 2 we go. I'll just say the details. Here are some notes.
Halo Infinite 2.
Yeah, they basically heavily implied that it's going to be a game as a service. They said that ray tracing is coming post-launch, which confirms another thing that I said, that I think they've rushed the game out. I think it only just entered pre-production when they announced it last year. Where 343
They have
views.
to rush it for launch.
Yeah, exactly. 343. Yep.
Sorry, I was just gonna say Phil Spencer was like, and the next console is gonna launch with Halo, and I reckon that was the first time the development team ever found out about
Yeah,
that.
absolutely. 343 has said that they view Infinite as a platform that will grow over time. That's a quote.
Fuck's sake.
Infinite is going to be.
They also. Nintendo did that to Animal Crossing, and you can see how well that worked out.
It just made the game really boring.
Here's another quote. Infinite is going to be the last standalone release for the foreseeable future. And then small details. The game takes place after Halo 5. Campaign is larger than Halo 4 and 5 combined, but I guarantee it won't be that big at launch. Main villain is going to be... fuck it, who gives a fuck? And then it's also going to be the they've called it the ending of the saga that lays the path for the future. So I'm guessing they're I'm guessing that means they're gonna actually kill off Master Chief.
Good.
And they're gonna be
Finally.
like, okay, Halo's gonna be fucking rebooted. But yeah, it's a game as a service, as I predicted. Infinite, obviously. Halo Infinite fucking updates.
Josh.
Yes.
Can we talk about more exciting? It's like Beta Yoshi.
Oh, let's talk about Beta Yoshi. Let's do it. And Luigi.
No, fuck Luigi. Lanky ass Beta Yoshi is my favorite thing in the world.
Do you like the one where he punches Mario?
What, instead
when
of
Mario punches him?
Mario still punches him in the base game, Jeff.
He looks like a fucking. He looks like a fucking Land Before Time character.
Bro, is Mario a psychopath?
It's been confirmed.
Game theory.
It's been confirmed by like even the developers that when Mario like puts his hand forward in Super Mario World, punching him in the back of the head.
Oh my god.
Like he still does it in the game. But yes, I love Beta Yoshi. Beta Luigi is also very interesting. I've seen someone has already made basically, so multiplayer has always been planned for Mario. Was always planned for Mario 64.
They've stitched the model together now, haven't they?
Yeah, they couldn't get it to work. So not only have they stitched the model together, but they've taken the code that was there that couldn't run on the N64, and they've optimized it so now it can run on an N64. So with today's like coding knowledge of the system and loads of workarounds, it now runs on the Nintendo 64 with
That's
multiplayer.
great. Holy shit! Wow.
Which is very exciting.
Imagine taking that back in time.
I know. It's also very odd that people are, you know, raving about, oh, Super Mario 64's source code got leaked, and it's like, I thought that already happened. But apparently, you know the PC port?
Yeah.
That isn't, that wasn't a source code leak.
Was it not?
Someone painstakingly looked at the final code and reverse engineered it into the PC.
Are you serious? Holy shit.
The reason that port technically isn't illegal and is allowed to exist is because they haven't stolen any code, they've reverse engineered.
That's fucking
That's
impressive.
incredible.
Yeah.
Can I tell you some really important news?
Yes, Jess.
Yeah.
They decompiled Yandere Simulator.
They what?
They decompiled Yandere Simulator and stuck it in Unity.
What do you mean they decompiled Yandere Sim?
They got all the source code and the source files.
Oh, finally!
And apparently, like, it's not terrible, it's just he's used so many high quality 3D models, the amount of vertices is just impossible to run. And, like, all of the UI elements are, like, on separate scenes with separate cameras and things, and it's like, how?
Josh, can you do a Yandere Sim stream?
Oh, absolutely. But going back
you
to
gotta
the
play the one that like somebody made in 2 weeks and is like far better and less creepy than the original
Yeah.
Yanderism.
And then fucking whatever his name is, Cum Chalice Man, got really upset and said if they don't take this down, there will be consequences. And it's
Yeah.
like
Didn't he
It's like-
threaten to kill himself?
he did, but it's like what?
And I'm
what-
like, please, I'm waiting.
Jesus! It's just like
Your
just like-
existence is inconsequential to this earth.
it's just like you can't. Not only is he not copyrighted that, but you can't copyright that idea. Like,
Yeah.
like it's just a creepy woman killed because she wants to frick anime boy, and like
Yeah.
fucking. I swear yanderes aren't even that popular anymore. I swear the time
No.
has passed.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like a long, long ago. Like if you want to make a new game, make Pin Thunder Race. That's what I'd play. Make big titty goth girls.
Yeah.
Ooh. Just go in VR chat.
Actually, I'm pretty sure that like actually exists on Steam already, Tom.
Yeah.
Jess, do the voice that you're gonna do next time we play VR.
What do you want me to say?
I want you to say
Subscribe to
I'm
twitch.tv/GRYITH.
I want you to say I'm gonna piss my pants. I'm so horny.
Yeah, say that.
I'm so horny, I'm gonna piss my pants.
That wasn't even good. That was a
Just say
terrible
do your Twilight Sparkle.
Hi everybody, I'm Twilight
You
Sparkle.
didn't say it right. You've got to say hi,
That
every
was
pony.
Every
Oh,
pony.
hi every pony.
Jess,
I
you've
can't even
lost
do it, I've lost
Jess,
all
you've
the
You
Oh,
got
lost
stage
it.
fright. Stage fright.
I have got stage fright.
This is so sad. Oh,
is so sad.
Lexi, thank you for linking me Big Titty Goth GF Simulator, which is a real thing.
It's
Hell
a real
yeah.
game on Steam
It's on
already. And it's
Steam.
free.
Fuck yeah.
You must log in to see this content. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
That's not a good sign.
I don't know. It seems like a quality seal of approval to me.
I've got some breaking news. My
Oh, go
PC isn't working.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
no.
Tom's
I had to-
PC dead.
I've had to wait like 4 days for like a new fan because the CPU fan broke, and now I can't turn it on without like fearing that my CPU will just fucking explode. It's very sad.
Mm. So the next thing we're going to talk about.
I'm sorry for being so uninteresting.
No,
this
it's okay. I'm
stream.
just trying to keep track of all of these things. The next thing, because I wanted to talk about this because no one ever talks about fucking horror games when they get announced. But I think the medium looks fucking really interesting.
Oh yeah, the medium looks so cool.
In case anyone missed it, it was at the Xbox thing, and it looks like it's going to be a game where the game renders two different quote unquote realities simultaneously, and either it's being very vague as to whether you can actively switch between them or it just shows them both happening on a split screen at the same time. I think it's a really, really interesting concept, and I think there's a lot that they could do with it. But remains to be seen. I just think it looks super epic, and also I want more horror games.
They're neat.
I just think they're neat. Fuck, it's like,
Well, I think you stink.
but both of these things are being rendered in the game at the same time. I reckon it'll be like you press a button to switch between the two different realities.
Josh, I watched the
Yeah.
Xbox conference with you,
Yeah.
and I do not remember this game.
Oh, I
Really?
think it looks so cool.
But it also reminds me of that game they showed at the PS5 thing where it was like one of them was like cool Breath of the Wild type thing, the other one was an old man and his.
Yeah, that one I think looks pretty cool too, but I need to know more about what kind of game it is.
So Josh, this is the question on everybody's lips. Which console are you getting?
Ooh, see,
Oh my god,
see here's the thing. I kind of want to get both. But hear me out. But hear me
You
out.
went-
No,
you
no,
went
no.
From just saying you don't want either two. No.
I
want both
will
because
either
I'm
I will
Josh and I want
no.
everything.
I will either get, yes, that's me. I will either get because Jess, you said you might want an Xbox.
Yeah, but I don't know. Like,
You
with
just
the
want it for
amount that's coming
Senwa.
out on Game Pass, like.
But more
Oh yeah.
more
To
importantly,
be fair, everything
yeah,
that me and Jess were like, oh, that game looks sick. We
It's
then
coming to Game
later
Pass.
found out was either coming out in a week on Game Pass, no lie,
yeah,
Yeah.
or was like,
Going to
coming
come
to
to Game
PC
Pass.
anyway.
Yeah.
Like I was like,
Yeah.
oh, it's cool that you know, Dragon Quest 11, the Switch Definitive Edition's coming to Xbox. That's cool. And then I found out that it's already like
yeah.
pre-downloadable on Game Pass, and it's like, oh, I'll just play it on
Did
PC
you?
then. Like,
Are you the one that told me
appreciate-
that the Dragon Quest PC version is going to be worse than the version PS4?
No, I think it's going to be better. I think it's
No,
I think they said it's the definitive edition, which version, which has the better soundtrack.
yes, it has a better soundtrack, but visually it's a direct. It's not a port. I guess it's more of a. Well, it's a direct port of the Switch version, which has
How
much
do you
worse
how do you
visuals.
know that?
Because someone on Reddit said so.
So it
Oh
must be
boy,
true.
oh,
It must be true.
Redditor
It must
said
be true.
so.
So it must be true.
Yeah.
Must be true.
I lost my train
Oh,
of thought.
I was gonna say, I out of the two, I'm gonna get the PS5. Do you want to know why?
Yes, Josh.
Because it has a 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray player in it.
Nice. That that seems pretty worth it. To be fair, that's
Yeah.
like you know, £300 in itself. Like
Yeah,
justified
like
for
by
you.
well, yeah, by itself, a 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray player is like
Yeah.
£200.
I will say, like, I appreciate that we are in a very all of us are in a very good position. That we all have good enough gaming PCs where we don't need to like worry about these next gen consoles.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, and we can say it doesn't matter because Game Pass.
Yeah.
But it's still like, you know, the whole point of still having consoles alongside PCs. The whole reason they still exist is for accessibility, and also they want to drive you with exclusives. And the fact that not a single exclusive made me even for a second consider getting anything else.
Oh, Tom. Oh, God. Need I remind you?
Snacks.
Bugs. Fuck!
Yes.
Get it before me. I love Bug Snacks. I don't even know what kind of fucking game it is. I'll be honest.
I just closed Discord by accident.
Oh, nice.
I've got everything I need in Bug Snacks. I've heard the chorus 5 times, and one time the key went up.
That's all you need.
Yeah.
That is all you need.
Kind
Kind
of
of
buying
buying kind of snacks. Trust more
I lo-
up in
I
your
love-
trunk.
I love KKB, but that's not one of their better songs.
Yeah, you're a big fan of Trampoline.
You're a my boy.
I really like. Is it? It's not called Graduation, is it?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
oh, I thought it was just the name of the Kanye album. Yeah, Graduation's a good album. I like in Graduation where she sings nah, don't kill me. Can only
Yeah, that's my
make me
favorite part. That's my
stronger.
favorite KKB
I
song.
need you to hurry up now. Yeah, KKB Stronger.
So
the Graduation album.
it's true. KKB stronger. Fuck's
I wish
sake.
I could KKB stronger.
No, Jess, you're not allowed.
So small story. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of this game. It's called SCP Secret Lab.
Oh, fuck off. I'll leave.
They recently had this will literally take a second. They recently had a big update where they completely reworked one of the monsters. Before it just used assets from SCP Containment Breach, but now it's fully been reworked. It has new, entirely reworked abilities. The model is completely changed. It actually legitimately looks kind of scary. It can like fucking pull open doors and shit now, and it looks fucking terrifying. Yeah, it's not enough to convince me to try and play the game again ever since it went to shit. But
Josh, do you remember when you were exclusively an SCP streamer?
yeah, as I
Yeah.
said, the game went
Oh,
to
yeah.
went to shit a little bit.
What happened? You
All
should-
of the servers got deleted one time, and no one ever bothered to bring them back, so it kind of became a big mess of just
Why,
ruleless servers.
why would you play
Yeah.
SCP when you could play Hello Neighbor?
I'm not even gonna
But-
dignify that with a response.
which is getting a new release, isn't it?
Oh my god,
yeah.
you're right. Where the fucking Hello Neighbor guy dresses up as a bird.
Yeah.
But it's the same game.
It is the same game.
Stealth
Yeah,
horror.
it's a-
Is
Hello
stealth horror
Neighbor
just
just isn't
easy?
good.
Is stealth horror just
It's
easy
what?
to?
What's self horror?
Stealth horror.
Oh,
Is stealth horror just
form
easy
of
to
horror.
make? Because like
Yeah.
there are so many stealth horror games.
Josh, you don't even need to make a stealth horror game scary. Technically, I mean, like you told me, like I would find Alien Isolation too scary, and that is because you spend the whole game hiding from the alien.
You know what? At least Alien Isolation has variety. There are human enemies sometimes and robots.
Whoa.
There are human
Whoa.
enemies at the start of the game that you have to worry about, and then you just wait for the alien to kill them when the alien shows up.
It's true.
But
It's
Josh,
true.
there's a pointless robot in the original Alien as well.
What a twist! He
wor-
was actually a robot.
It was the worst scene in that movie. I hate that scene so much.
Yeah, it is the worst scene in that movie.
I actually think that a combination of that and the fact that like the alien it looks way too goofy is like
Yeah,
part
I
of the reason I don't have that positive an opinion on that
I
film.
think in Alien 1, it's the way it's performed just is slightly
Yes.
too human.
That's exactly what I said in my Letterboxd review. You can all follow me on Letterboxd if you want.
Don't do that. Don't give him satisfaction.
I do some very epic reviews, and you can see how superior my film taste is than yours on Letterboxd. No,
Implying I would actually make a letterbox account.
It's true.
it's just he's too humanoid. He seems too human, and then there's goofy scenes like him playing with a cat,
Yeah.
and it's just like I was never ever scared of him.
God, I'm
Like,
wondering now. I'm wondering.
The face hugger, dude.
I'm wondering now. I would be. It would be completely. It would throw me for a fucking loop if we watched Aliens and you preferred that movie.
I preferred Alien.
Jess, you prefer Aliens.
It's a shame because everything about Aliens should work. It is. I wish more of it was. I think it's cool that it's all on the spaceship, and I knew that to an extent. But I think it would have been cooler if we got more Geiger's art.
Oh, definitely.
Yes.
Because I wish more of it was on their home planet, because that stuff is gorgeous.
Yeah, I wanted to see more of that shit. I still don't know how
Yeah.
much of that shit was matte paintings and how much of it was fucking sets, because that was insane.
And it's just, the tone wasn't really there for me. Like, I know we watched it in a call, but we watched it mostly silent, and I just spent the whole movie just being like, I don't know. I think maybe it's because I watched The Thing first, and they're both very talky movies, and I just prefer The
They're
Thing
also
in
very
every
similar.
way.
They're also very
Yeah.
similar movies.
Yeah.
Like Alien
I
and The
just
Thing are
prefer the-
basically the same movie at the end of the day.
I just prefer The Thing in every way. Hey,
Yeah.
do you remember earlier when we were saying that Alien and The Thing weren't similar, and how
Yeah.
Carrion is only similar to Alien and not The Thing?
Oh, Karen is so much more similar to Alien than The Thing.
Yeah, you just said they're the same movie.
Yeah, on paper they are the same
Yeah.
movie. But people in
Yeah.
what a secluded trapped in
true.
secluded space
Yeah.
place.
It's just The Thing has like a really interesting.
It's a much more interesting conceit
Yeah.
with like the
it's so much
ability
more
to
interesting.
hide. Yeah.
And there's like that moment that I spoke over at the end of The Thing, which is really interesting.
What
like
the
yeah,
the
it doesn't
ending
matter who-
lines.
Yeah, the ending lines are so like poignant. All you really get in Alien is, oh, she finally escaped, but the alien's there. Let's fling him out into space in the goofiest
Actually,
fucking.
I changed my mind. I dislike the alien flying around outside the ship
So
more
bad.
than I dislike the android. I don't even mind the android thing. It's the alien
Okay,
flying around outside the
I
ship
hate
just
the alien flying
completely
around the
makes it
ship.
not scary.
For me, that android thing for me is just like, I get it. I get why it's done, but it's so completely unnecessary.
Yeah, and it comes so out
So
because they
unnecessary.
don't set up androids existing in that
Yeah.
world previously in the
That's
film.
why I think it's because the closest thing you get to this has just become a film discussion podcast now.
I
yeah,
can
you-
sit
you-
here in the corner and make snide remarks every 10 minutes.
you don't even get like this cool reveal of like, oh wow, you know, that's so interesting because like the same thing could have been achieved like with the console computer mother character.
Yeah.
And like you get their relationship, sure, but like that could have been revealed in the same way. You didn't need to be like, or he could have just been like a guy who didn't care about his own fucking death.
Yeah.
Why is he a robot?
Yeah,
What?
he could have just been someone who worked, but they wanted to have him spew cum from his mouth and all his orifices.
Yeah, it's so gross.
It's true.
I bet they were like, I bet they were like, oh,
He's a big penis.
I bet they were like, oh, wouldn't it look really cool if we had like blood spewing out of it? And then Ridley Scott was like, but what if it was milk? And then what the fuck are you talking about?
And then
Ridley
oh,
Scott was
instead
like,
of
"I'm sorry, I
oil."
need to go for a second."
I gotta get out of here.
How about? Well, I mean, Gygas loves male impregnation. As
You know
we
what?
know.
Actually, that's true. It could be related to that, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
Geiger
Yeah,
had
as you-
fucking...
Oh yeah, Geiger, not Gygas. Gygas is Earthbound.
Let me.
The main boss.
I
I
see
was-
Earthbound has had an influence on you, Tom.
I know Earthbound. I've hardly played it, but I know it. I always
Are you
play
still
like
stuck in the first town?
no. The problem I have with Earthbound is every time I play it, I play from the start and I get a little bit further every time, but I never have any like interest to go back. I'm never like, oh, I should play more Earthbound. I always just forget it exists, which is a shame. But I think it's because I'm not an RPG guy. Like, I think the writing is hilarious in Earthbound. For a game of that era, it's really fucking funny.
Yeah.
Is that
I
penis?
well, I'm just looking at. I've just got up some concept art, some of Geiger's original concept art for Alien, and everyone
a
always
penis.
says, "Oh, the alien looks like a penis," but like they don't get it. Like this is what the alien's head originally looked like. This is what the alien's head originally looked like. Like it's literally a bell end.
They don't get it. They're not smart as me.
They don't. People don't understand how cock-like the alien. Look at this. Look at this shit.
Did he do? Isn't
Look
this
at
the same
this.
guy to Darkseid?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Where's the one that looks like someone being taken from behind? Here's it. How about this one? This is what the facehugger originally looked like.
Whoa, I like that.
Yeah, it's much more viscerally scary, I think.
Oh yeah.
His art reminds like the swirliness and the detail kind of reminds me of Junji Ito.
Yeah, I mean he's
little
basically
bit.
he was basically the Western equivalent.
Yeah. Speaking of Josh, completely unrelated to everything.
Yeah.
Do you want to watch Hodorowski's Dune at some point?
I would love to watch Hodorowski's Dune.
My Hodorowski collection comes on the 24th.
Oh, wondrous.
The craziest director in the world, who to this day I still cannot figure out if like I think he's actually like a genius or is clinically insane. Like I watched The Holy Mountain and I still don't know if in my head that's like a 4.5 out of 5 or like a half out of 5.
Yeah.
Like I do not know what my opinion on that film is to this day.
Yeah. Yeah, it's one of those ones. But just going back to Alien for a minute. I found a piece of concept art, the specific one I wanted.
Yeah.
And this one, the reason I always go back to this one is because I can't fucking figure out what's happening in this image. Because like
the body looks like a cock and balls.
Well, it's just that there's like a head here, and then the alien's head here.
But look at like the alien's thighs.
Yes.
That looks like the balls, and then that's the shaft, and then by its neck, that's the like head of the penis.
Yeah. Yeah. It's.
It just looks like they've taken the alien and put a cock and balls in front of it.
I mean, Geiger was all fucking about phallic imagery. Let me get up Darkseid, because like some of the deaths in that were very, very like fucking.
Oh, that one, the third one, the brain one. That's my favorite.
Yes,
one.
the brain one where it was an image. Yeah, that one. Like it literally, like it like look at that. It's a machine opening up a vagina on this man's head.
Yeah.
It literally. I mean, it's
so bizarre.
Geiger really had a thing for like impregnating men. No, it wasn't. It wasn't even.
Willy.
It wasn't even the
He
penis.
loved
It wasn't.
penis.
It wasn't even. It wasn't even the penis. It was what the penis like
Stood
did
for.
to, yeah, and what it the things that it could do
I
to
wish
people.
I knew what the penis stood for.
Oh shit! Here's a gif of it.
Penis stands for penetrative,
Electronic.
Electronic.
enlarging, nearly insistent, sterile.
Yes. Right. Here it is. This is the one I wanted to see because this is a gif of it. It opens a vagina on the man's head, and then a fetus gets pushed into his skull. It's very scary. Like this is pure horror imagery, but this is like anyway. On to the next story.
Josh.
Yeah.
Penis stands for penetrating, erotic, nearly impregnating stimulation.
Yes, it does. You're
Yes.
right.
Good work.
Thank you. I was just figuring that out in my head. Yep, that works.
Rockstar has announced that GTA and Red Dead are having huge updates.
Why? Just
I
kill
don't
GTA
know.
Online
I don't know.
already.
This I want to say this is GTA's third quote unquote big update this year. Sorry, second big update this year, and this is Red Dead, then more recent games first big update since mid last year.
Honestly, do you know what I think they should do?
Yeah.
I think it would be a lot more successful if GTA 6 was just GTA Online 2.
Yeah, it would be a lot more
All I
successful,
want-
but it also
All
be,
I,
it would
all
it
I
would lose
want-
them a lot of goodwill.
I know, but all I want is like, because I don't like care about the GTA story. I know a lot of people do, but all I want is a new fucking map.
Yeah, right.
I am so sick of that map.
They should have just made the DLC like they wanted to.
Yeah.
It's just make more maps.
Yeah.
Just make another map. Like the reason a lot of people like San Andreas is it's like every map from GTA like smushed into one basically.
Yeah.
Just like port over like, you know, remake like another map in GTA 5. Done.
Yeah.
Like, cause you can add like, oh, we're gonna add heists and we're gonna add nightclubs and gambling and stuff, and it's like,
But it's just like
still the same
small
map.
single buildings, yeah.
Exactly. We're gonna add companies. It's like that's fine.
But there's nowhere new to experience.
Yeah.
Nothing new to see.
So much to do, so much to see.
Yeah.
So what's
Next-
wrong with taking the back streets?
You'll never know
Nothing.
if you don't go.
Wow.
Sony's been giving people money.
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good on
Love
Sony.
So not give me money.
Yeah, I want money.
Yeah,
Give me money.
Sony out of nowhere without any announcement has just been like giving people
Oh, I did
giving
hear about this.
PS Plus members like money, and no one
Yeah.
knows why.
Yeah, I saw. I think it was it Flub that posted about it earlier.
Yeah, Flub was like, Flub said spends 500 plus pounds on PS Plus features across 10 years. Sony, here's £10.
Yeah. It's like, wow, very cool.
It is a gift to celebrate 10 years of PlayStation Plus, but not everyone is getting the gift. So,
You get a
and,
pound for
and it's
every
not,
year that
it's,
PlayStation has been
yeah,
active.
it's not clear what you need to do to get the gift. It's just randomly going to some people, and no one knows why.
Maybe it's based on the length of time you've had PS Plus. Like if you've
No,
had it
because
for-
some people have reported getting it on a free trial.
Really?
Yep.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
That is really
it seems to be just totally random,
That is
strange.
that's very strange.
Yeah. Right. Next up, Junji Ito had a big interview.
Oh yeah, you can handle this one.
Junji Ito had a big interview at Comic-Con where he said a few things. He said he's been talking to Stephen King a little bit, and they might make something together. But more importantly, we all know that Hideo Kojima a while ago said that his next project's probably going to be a horror game. And Junji Ito has now said that he has been actively working with Kojima on pitching a new project. And do you know what that means? That's 2 of the 3 of the holy trinity that was Silent Hills. If they can get Guillermo back on the project,
Guillermo.
if they can
Wow,
get...
Jess.
You can
I
make a
didn't
game
think he was a
superior to
racist.
Silent Hills.
Well, I'm sorry,
it'll
there's
be
a character
spiritual
called
Silent
Guillermo in What We Do in the Shadows, and everyone says his name like that, so it's ingrained in my brain.
That could you imagine if they just made Silent Hills but without the name?
They call it Highland Sills.
No, they'll call it Konami Shills.
They will.
They'll call it Death Stranding, but horror.
They'll call it Death Stranding 2, Quiet Mountains.
Just
Death
to
Stranding in city.
I've shown this about 10 times on this show, but just to remind you what a Hideo Kojima Junji Ito crossover can look like. Here's the concept footage from Silent Hills.
Wait, Josh, I've just thought of what the name is.
What?
It's Silent Not City.
What?
Silent Not City.
Oh, like Knot City, like in Death Stranding.
Yeah, Silent Not
Yes.
City, yeah.
Yes. Genius.
Yeah, I should work at Konami, honestly, as well.
Today is the 5th anniversary of We Bear Bears. I found that out because Mr. A. Crizzy posted about it, my favorite YouTuber.
He's the real news outlet that
He
you
is.
should follow.
I actually find out about a lot of anniversaries.
Where does he get his information?
I
The
don't know, it seems
shrunken
like-
head in
it's-
his drawer.
I was gonna say, it seems like he just has like a brain that has an encyclopedic knowledge of like everything. Like he announced the other day the 5th anniversary of Pixels.
The 5th anniversary of Pixels.
Yeah, and he was like, I don't care what people think. I love this.
Oh, Jess, fun fact. Did you know it was from this concept footage that Dad was such a drag? That speech comes from. That's not actually in PT.
What concept art?
The concept footage for Silent Hills.
Oh yeah, it's not on PC.
That was it. It was a double bill video, Josh. It was the 5th anniversary for both Pixels and Smosh the movie.
Oh my god, 2 masterpieces.
2 masterpieces of cinema. Do you want to watch Ghostmates when I come?
No.
Ooh, shock treatment.
So, I mean, we may have already talked about this, or that might have been before the show started, because we were talking a little bit. Fall Guys has just been announced to be a free download for PlayStation Plus subscribers next month, the month it comes out. Which, it's great. You know, a new game for free at launch, great, wonderful. But it kind of tells me that they're not very confident, that Devolver's not very confident with the game. That was terrifying.
Yeah, to me, personally, it sounds more like less like a confidence and more they're trying to be Game Pass. That's what I personally see. I think they're trying to take their steps to like go in the direction of Game Pass.
Maybe, but I normally PlayStation doesn't really care much about what's on PlayStation Plus, so this is more likely to be a move from Fall Guys than Devolver themselves being like, oh, can we do this?
Or maybe because it's a battle royale game, they're hoping of hooking people from the start.
It's possible. It's possible. But I've generally got a feeling that they're not super confident, that they've put a lot of money into it, but aren't super confident with it for the whole marketing cycle. Because they are really pushing the marketing for this game, but they are really not showing it off very much.
It doesn't look great.
No, it doesn't look great. It doesn't look great.
It doesn't look great.
That's all of the video game news for today. Moving on to the rest of the.
Oh, I'm so sorry for babbling.
No, it's fine. It's just a lot of things to talk about.
Wow. I thought it was slow for news.
Oh, I can always find something. There's always something.
What's the movie news?
First, there's a new trailer for the new Bill and Ted movie.
Oh, and it looks terrible.
It looks like
No, that's alright.
It looks like a reboot of a franchise.
To me, it looked like
Well,
instead of like pushing like, oh, this is a new Bill and Ted. To me, it feels more like they're just fucking going, oh, let's just write another Bill and Ted and not acknowledge how fucking old these people are now.
Yeah,
and they just look so old and tired.
Yeah,
and...
I also get that vibe. It's the Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull vibe of, wow, they are so old now.
It's just when you look at them, and they like, first of all, Keanu without a beard is not a good.
Oh,
look.
I agree. Keanu without a beard looks awful.
Second of all, it's just hearing them be like, oh, bogus. It's just
Yeah.
like, what are you doing?
The other thing that stands out to
Stop.
me, that stands out to me is that this film clearly has a considerably higher budget than the other two movies.
Yeah.
Which, like, one of the reasons that those two films worked was because they were very, very early 90s and
Yeah.
not super high budget, so it was kind of charming. But when it's super
Sure.
high, when it's like a big budget release, it's the classic, oh, this thing is something that people remember. The more money we throw at it, the better it'll do, right? You know?
I guess so.
It's just
But
once again.
That works with Blade Runner.
Oh yeah, that's because they got someone who actually knows what they're doing to make the movie.
It didn't work with Blade Runner because no one fucking saw.
Oh, that's true. That's true. But with this, it's the classic case of taking a franchise people remember and being like, oh, we can make a quick buck.
Yeah, it doesn't look like they particularly care about
No.
this one.
No, even Keanu and who is it? The ex, Bill.
The other one.
Is it Alex de Winter? No. Anyway, point is, yeah, even they don't look like they care very much. Anyway,
Seems like a nice paycheck.
it certainly does. It certainly does. Next up, do you remember that film, The New Mutants, which was meant to release 2 years ago?
Mm-hmm.
It's releasing.
I've heard of it.
It's releasing in August. It's releasing now. They could have released it any time during the past 2 years, but they're releasing it during the pandemic. And at first I was like, okay, just bad timing on their part. But you know what I think it is? I think they're so unconfident with this movie. And I remind you, this is one of the movies that when Disney was buying Fox, they were like, no, you can keep that one. This shows me that they're so unconfident with it. They are releasing it into theaters during the pandemic.
Wait, they're releasing
To
it into
ensure no one watches.
theaters?
Yep, they're releasing it into theaters.
Oh, I thought this was like they're releasing it during pandemic because no one has anything to watch.
No, they're releasing it. I think they're so unconfident with it. They're releasing it into theaters during the pandemic so they can ensure no one sees it.
Why do they want no one to see it?
Because I don't think it will be very good. Because
Is pandemic movies going to be the new January movie?
oh god.
Like Trolls World Tour.
So
and,
yeah,
Scoob.
so it's superpowered teenagers, the movie, except they're in a mental institution and they're wacky and wild.
How's this different to X-Men?
It is X-Men. New Mutants is an X-Men comic, except this is not to do with the X-Men, and the X-Men aren't in this. But it's a movie.
So they're separate entities.
Yeah,
Wow, I love superheroes.
I sure do love superheroes.
I've always, Josh, I've always talked about how much I love superheroes, haven't I?
You do. Every time a new superhero movie comes out, you're like, yes, we've got to go see it. You go,
To be fair, I don't want to create a false narrative. I've never. don't actually think this. I'm not of the opinion that they are the death of cinema, but they're really trying to be. That's what I'm gonna say.
yeah. People say anything's the death of fucking cinema. I swear to God.
I'm happy with
I'm just gonna be right back.
schlocky pop conflicts existing.
Yeah,
When they are not all the same thing.
yeah. People
Like there's a time and a place, but this isn't it.
well, as a final note on New Mutants, they released the first scene online, and a bunch of people were like, "Whoa, looks awesome! I love it." But I'm just gonna play a bit of it. I want you to listen to the writing.
Remember to edit this out of the YouTube upload.
I will. Actually, no, I won't. Fuck it.
Hide here. Have to go help them.
Bad,
No, Dad, please.
Eh?
Please don't leave me alone.
Daddy, I have to go back. Stay here.
Don't care about it, then
That's true.
you're not exactly gonna.
Anyway, so if you missed that, he literally said, "You stay here. I'm gonna go see if I can help somebody." And then he runs away, and then he dies.
No.
Yeah.
What a shame.
Anyway, it looks kind of shit.
My
It looks
bitch.
like someone watched Legion and was like, "Oh, we can do that," and then they did it.
Josh, I drew a picture of you.
Oh, did you? I can't wait. I
Yeah.
bet it'll be really flattering.
I always draw pictures that look exactly like you, and this
You
is no
do?
exception. I'll send it to you, and you can put it up on stream.
I will. Where have you sent it?
I'm gonna send it in announcements, just to be difficult.
Nice.
There you are.
That looks just like me.
It does.
Wow.
Whoa! How do you capture someone's likeness so aptly? You truly have a talent.
It's you.
It is. Next story, guys. Wait. No, I need you, because if you're not like braced and ready for this one, this might shock you.
Okay.
We've heard a lot of delays and cancellations and things being
Yeah.
pushed back for all year. But the one thing
No, I saw this and it's so sad.
that's right. That's
I
right.
Saw this news, my
Avatar.
heart broke into
Avatar 2.
No!
Avatar 2's been delayed. Who could have seen this coming? Who could have seen this coming?
Fuck. Well, you know what? You know what Miyamoto says?
If it's not fun, why bother?
No, he says a rushed game is bad forever, but a delayed game is good for a lifetime. So I believe that Jimmy Cameron is
Jim
going to make
Cameron.
a perfect product with Avatar, because I do not want him to tarnish my love of the Avatar franchise and all its memorable characters like Jake Sully and
Neytiri.
Josh. It disgusts me that you know.
You don't know
anyone else.
Neytiri, Zoe Saldana's character?
I would have just called her Zoe Saldana's character.
Yes, because that's what she is. And I just wanted to point out that
Gamora.
yeah, Gamora. Sorry, just
What
this
you
letter-
chuckling at, you fool?
this letter ends with, as the Na'vi say, Irayo, thank you.
Well, they know people aren't big enough fans to remember their language.
Did you know that it is actually a full like language, like fucking Elvish and Klingon?
Josh, what do you think would happen if like you learned it and you like started speaking it at like Animal Kingdom? Do you think people would be like, "Oh my god, they know Na'vi," or do you think they'd be like, "They speak in tongues"?
Yeah, they'd recognize the odd word, because I know that the people who work at the Avatar Land and Animal Kingdom are taught like basic phrases in Na'vi, and they have to like know them.
They go Krakatoa.
I find Avatar is fascinating.
No, it
and
isn't.
the land is fascinating.
No, it isn't.
Tom, I've probably told you this a million times. Do you know what? Because obviously in Avatar Land they have to stay in character at all times. The staff have to stay in
Sure.
character. Do you know, if you try and talk to them about the movie, do you know what they'll say?
What?
They'll say, "Oh, you mean the documentary?"
What?
Yeah, they have to refer to it and act like it is a documentary. The movie Avatar.
No other Disney character
No,
It's
no,
like, oh, that's a documentary. They're just like, you saw the story of my world. It's like, oh no, that's a nature documentary.
yeah,
you
no,
guys.
no other Disneyland if you go to Star Wars Land, another place where they have to stay in character at all times, and you're like, talking
What's
about
your
the Star
favorite
Wars, movie. Yeah, they'd be like, I'm what's a Star Wars movie? Because they're in character. Like they would like, I don't see the point. Just be like, oh, they made a movie about fucking the Na'vi. Okay. Like, why go to the effort of being like, oh, the
bitch.
Yeah. Oh my god. Did I ever tell you my one conversation that I had with the
real life Na'vi?
Oh no, not with the real life Na'vi, but with the actors at Star Wars Land.
Was it? Yes, you've heard of this man. He tried looking for the black kyber crystal.
No, sadly, I should have. Ordinary Adventures.
That's the one. I was gonna buy you some merch.
Oh no, that'll be me.
He has merch that says I beat the black kyber crystal challenge or something like that.
Oh god. So I had a conversation, and I wanted to go. The first thing I wanted to do when I got there, because I got there for the extra magic hours, which is where you can go into the park early, but you can the only people who can do it are pass holders and people staying at the on-site hotels. And I was like, great, I'll get into Star Wars Land. I fucking walked in. It was great. Perfect day for it. And I was like, okay, first thing I want to do, make a lightsaber, because that's going to fucking fill up.
And you're a simp.
So the way Star Wars Land is laid out, they didn't want to have signs anywhere, because that stops you being immersed. If there's a big sign that says lightsaber making place, you don't feel immersed anymore. So what they did is they tried to make everything feel like how it would be in universe, meaning that
everything's written in Star Wars language.
Yes, that, but also the lightsaber thing is in universe. A group of people who are like in hiding, and they're like scrappers, you know, they're scrap yards. So it's like hidden in a fucking alleyway with no signage.
What the fuck?
And I went up to a cast member and I was like, hey, do you know where Savi's workshop is, the lightsaber making place? And they were like, I don't know what you're talking about. And I'd done my research. Seriously. If you use the actual, if you fucking talk about it not in universe, they'll be like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. If you're like, yeah, where's the restaurant? They'll go, this is Black Spire Outpost. There's no restaurants here. Do you mean the bar? Do you mean Ogre's Cantina?
Wait.
But
you said it's an underground thing, so a cast member's like, oh, we don't know what that is because it's an underground secretive thing.
Yes, but I'd done my research. Yeah, I'd done my research though. So I went, so he went, I don't know what you're talking about, and I went, oh, do you know where I can find some scrap metal? And they went, oh, I know what you're saying. And then he leaned in close to me and he went, if you just go around the corner there and down the alley, I think you'll find what you're looking for. So I got the information I wanted eventually. But if you didn't know that the only way they will respond to you is by asking for scrap metal,
I kind of like that.
I like it. I like it too. But imagine you're like a mother with like 3 kids in the Florida heat.
English.
Yeah, imagine if you can't speak English. Imagine you're like anyone that isn't me. That isn't like someone in my situation where I was like alone and I'm like a 20-something and I want to be immersed. It was great, but it's also not very realistic.
Do you know what I find really funny?
Go on.
It sounded like when you said you leaned in, it sounded like you were gonna say
he kissed me.
And then he said, if you don't give me the biggest fucking smooch right now.
I'll tell you where it is if you kiss me.
And it's like, what?
Fine.
Oh, if you insist, God.
Luckily, I didn't have to ask where the Millennium Falcon ride is because the Millennium Falcon is fucking ginormous.
Hey, can you tell me where? Oh.
But it's weirdly.
And then he goes, I didn't even get to smooch you.
No, another kiss missed. It's weirdly laid out because you can't. The Millennium Falcon's fucking ginormous, but you can't
That's
fucking
not a word.
Gigantopithecus, but you can't.
Thank you.
But you can't see it because everywhere's it's so Star Wars Land is so maze-like and weirdly laid out that you can own. I know what they're going for is the big reveal. Like you walk around a corner, you see the Millennium Falcon, you go, "Oh my god!"
And then the Star Wars fans like cry.
Yeah, yeah. Like I don't know if you ever seen. I don't think Disney ever does it.
I've seen
but
the
they,
Harry Potter
yeah, Universal
ones.
does it all the time where they hire actors to like fall to their knees when they see Diagon Alley and.
Oh, do they hire actors? I thought they were real people.
No, they're actors. Because they use the same ones in multiple adverts sometimes.
Right, got it.
I'm sure some of them are real, but they pad it out with actors.
Disney probably doesn't need to do that because
No,
they've
they
got
don't need to do
enough. Like Star Wars simps exist.
Oh, it's true. And plus Disney, like, no one goes to Florida just for Universal or just for Six Flags.
Yes.
That people go to Florida
no one goes for Six Flags.
No one goes to Six Flags.
Yeah. The only thing I know about Six Flags is they were the official sponsors of Roller Coaster Tycoon 2, and they have a bunch of official parks in it.
They do. Six Flags is fun.
Surprised you knew that, Josh.
I know things.
I was kidding. I was
I
trying
know
to
things.
sound. No, you don't.
What was I gonna say? Fuck. Oh yeah, Six Flags. Six Flags is like any of the fucking theme parks here in the UK. I don't.
Yeah.
They're just like.
I do like Thought Park for the same reason that anyone would, and that's just thrill rides are fun from time to time.
Yeah, it's true. But as you know, I'm not a big fan of rides that are just thrill rides, which is why I'm really worried for the new Jurassic Park coaster they're building at Universal. Because the last coaster that Universal built in the park was Hagrid. And Hagrid is like the best ride I've ever been on because it is the perfect blend of being a story coaster and actually being a genuinely good thrill ride. It's like, and everyone will get everything they want from Hagrid. But
except for my dad, who's scared of roller coasters and
except for someone who's scared
cried.
of roller coasters, yeah.
He thought it was just a simulator, and then it like started, and he got scared.
Oh no! Oh, that's a shame.
Wait, no, I'm thinking of
Gringotts.
Gringotts.
Oh, I see.
Gringotts is scary for someone who hates roller coasters because it starts with a fucking massive drop.
It does. Yeah, Bellatrix' a strange fucking drops
slap his bald head.
What?
What was I
You
saying?
know that?
I do know it, but
Oh,
Oh yeah, the Jurassic Park coaster that they're building, currently named by fans the Velocicoaster, which I think is a stupid fucking name, and if they go with that, I'm going to fucking scream.
Is it like Disney's dinosaurs?
No, because it'll probably give you less back pain than Disney's dinosaur would.
Wait, you retweeted that recently where someone said they rode dinosaurs like 10 times in a row.
Yeah, I did. Oh, God, I literally... Like, it's a fine ride. It's terrifying. It's legitimately one of the scariest rides I've been... Disney's dinosaur is scarier than the Mummy at Universal.
Is it scarier than Extraterrestrial?
I don't remember Extraterrestrial. My parents
I'm
insist
so
I've
jealous
been
you were on it.
But yeah, well, so am I. I wish I could fucking remember it, but I was 2.
That's a shame. I went on Stitch's thing.
Stitch's Great Escape. Wow.
That is one of the most appalling rides I've ever been on, and it was both terrible and terrifying at the exact same time.
Yeah, the scariness still comes through.
Yeah, it's just as scary.
But fucking Dinosaur is the most unexpectedly scary ride I've ever fucking been on. It's actually like it's got like photorealistic fucking dinosaurs. There is a scene where you drive past a T-Rex looking motherfucker and it like rears up and swallows a fucking like the top half of another dinosaur, and it's that's not for kids. That didn't happen in the movie. It's almost like they made the ride and then themed it after the movie Dinosaur after they'd already made the ride or something.
What was the name of the original ride? It had a really fucking cool name.
Yeah, I don't fucking remember. I just remember that Michael Eisner was a fucking madman.
I love Michael Eisner.
Yeah, he's great.
Like I've always said this, and you probably know what I'm about to say, Josh. Love Michael Eisner or hate Michael. unlike fucking Bob Iger, he has a fucking personality.
Yeah, you remember Michael Eisner. You don't.
You know who he
in
is.
5 years, are we going to remember Bob Iger? Like, what's he done?
I
that's
doubt
memorable?
it. He's ran Disney into the ground and made them even more corporate than the Eisner era.
He hired other people to do really big things for the company.
Yeah.
Right. Fucking. He hired Kathleen Kennedy, right? That's fucking.
Wow, what a guy.
Yeah. What was it? Oh yeah, the Velocicoaster. It's really scaring me because it's already a really big eyesore. Do you know where they've built it? I don't know if you do.
Where?
Do you remember? I don't know how super familiar you are with Universal, but you know in
I
Islands.
don't remember. I've been to a Universal. I don't remember
Right.
which one.
Right, at Universal's Islands of Adventure in Florida, when you first walk in, there is a big like river in the middle of the park, and there is a space when you first go in where you can see Seuss Land, you can see Jurassic Park, you can see Hogwarts Castle,
Yes,
and you can
I
see the
vaguely
Marvel
remember
stuff,
this.
and you can see Me Ship the Olive from Popeye. Like you can see everything all around this lagoon, and it's fantastic. And like directly in front of you is the Jurassic Park Visitors Center, and it's one of the best fucking.
I remember this.
Yeah, it's one of the best views in the whole of Universal.
Yes.
So they've decided to build the roller coaster directly in front of the visitors center, and you can't see the
What?
visitors center anymore because there's a big ugly fucking. There's nothing more ugly in a theme park than a fucking roller coaster. Like
It's true.
the Hulk, like great
The
ride.
Hulk is one of the ugliest
It's
rides I've ever
fucking
seen.
hideous. It's one of the reasons I don't. It's one of the reasons I don't like the UK parks like Alton Towers or
Yeah.
Thorpe
No,
Park.
I respect that.
Because roller coasters are fucking ugly. That's another thing that Hagrid did really well. It hid the fucking ride. You can't see the ride from anywhere except for on the ride, but it's all outdoors.
Yeah,
It's just fucking
That's,
good park design.
that's very smelly.
Anyway,
You love your theme parks, don't you, Josh?
I do. I'm pretty subtle about it. I don't talk about theme parks very often.
No, you really don't. It's nice. It's nice that you have such a closet secret passion that comes out every once in a while.
That no one knows about.
No, no one ever knows about it.
No.
It's almost like your love for Stadia. No one's ever heard that.
No, I've never ever talked about Stadia in a public forum before in my life.
Never.
So Amazon Prime Video is releasing a new TV show with Simon Pegg and Nick Frost.
I saw that. My mum sent it to me. She
I
was
th-
like, "You like Edgar, right?"
I think it looks okay, but I think it's. I'm going to make a bet that it is semi-false advertising to say that it stars Simon
Yes.
Pegg.
It's like Paul.
Yeah, because Simon Pegg is in 2 clips in this, and I guarantee he's either just in 1 episode or he is like a corporate boss character who only appears every other episode for 1 scene.
Yeah. Oh no, I was gonna say it's like Paul, where it just doesn't have any of the charm of the Edgar Wright movies
Oh, yeah,
because
it
it doesn't have the right. It doesn't have the writer.
Yeah, I think this show looks. I think it could be all right, and obviously because of the subject matter, I think it looks interesting because I'm a supernatural simp. Not the show
No.
Supernatural. Don't fucking get on me about that.
Oh, Josh, you love Supernatural.
Tom, don't fucking. I've only seen 8 seasons of Supernatural.
So it's disgusting thing you ever said.
Yeah, but it's true.
That's why it's disgusting.
I know. Right. So here's the big TV and movie news from this week. The biggest news we have. Robert Rodriguez reveals that his upcoming Netflix superhero movie, We Can Be Heroes, will feature the return of Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
Oh my god, really?
But there's more.
I didn't know this. I didn't know this. I'm so excited.
Even Shark Boy and Lava Girl show up as superhero parents who have a daughter who has shark and lava powers.
Wait. I need to know. Are they being played by who I think they're being played by? Is
Dream.
Please.
Let me look into it.
Is it Taylor Lautner? Is that the right one? Yeah, Taylor Lautner. It's not Robert Pattinson. He's got
No,
a good
it's
career
Taylor
now.
Lautner.
He's got a good career now.
You know what? Robert Rodriguez wouldn't have the characters back if they weren't acted by the original actors. It'd better
he
be
would.
Taylor Lautner. It'd better be Taylor Lautner. Otherwise, I will be upset. And
You're right. Yeah.
and Robert Rodriguez will not be able to handle my wrath. When the GRYITH army shows up at his door, then he'll be sorry.
It's the funniest shit you've ever said.
Oh shit! I just noticed Lava Girl's wearing the ancient armor from Breath of the Wild.
Shut up.
Yo, is this
Bruh.
gonna be a teaser for Breath of the Wild 2?
The Shark Boy and Lava Girl return is actually a teaser for. Whoa! What a fucking! Oh my god! I'm getting a headache just thinking about that.
Is this a crossover episode?
But yeah,
Thank you. I've seen one season of BoJack and didn't like it,
And
so
didn't
I'm
finish
qualified to make that joke.
So yeah, the biggest news from this week for TV and film is that Shark Boy and Lava Girl are coming back.
Honestly, that's the most exciting news you could give me.
It is, honestly. What more could you want?
Nothing.
Sonic the Hedgehog 2 has gotten a release date.
Yeah.
April 8th,
more
2022.
Boy. Are
Can't
we
wait to see
gonna
Tails.
have Tails this time? Do we
No.
get Tails?
No, he was in the post credit scene, but he's not going to be in the second movie. He's going to show up in the
What the
post credit scene of the
fuck?
second one as well.
It's
He'd be like, I
gonna be
still can't find Sonic.
I'm really close to you now. I must be.
No. The first movie has credits as the end credit scene. The second one's gonna have Knuckles.
It's going to be like the Avengers of Sonic characters.
Jess, you like my
Well,
frog?
then it's not the Avengers because they don't each have their own series.
He's chunky.
He's froggy.
Sorry, I drew a frog for Jess as we were talking.
It's an important frog.
I do have one wonder though.
I
Are
mean,
they gonna
every frog is important.
for the
True.
for the sequel?
Especially Cane Toad.
Yes. You are Kane now.
Josh,
I have
acknowledge
assigned
the
you
frog.
Kane.
Where's the
Josh,
frog? Where's the
acknowledge
frog?
It's
It's in general.
Frog. I love the frog. Let me get it on stream so everyone can see it.
Is it the annoying thing frog?
No.
The crazy frog?
That he's not a real frog.
Crazy, right? Bing, bang, da-dum, ba-dang, ding, bing.
Oh my god, I didn't know you could sing!
Oh my god! Singing for my friends for the first time. Ba 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 ba.
I love that one I sent you recently where that guy's like, hey there, Delilah.
Yeah, that was so good.
Technically, the intro to Axel F is a form of scat.
Oh my god, Scatman John and Axel F crossover!
Who would win in a fight? Scatman John or
Scatman
Axel
John.
F?
Scatman
Scatman Frog.
Scatman Frog, they fuse.
They both scat so
Listen.
hard that they create a vortex and they fuse into one being.
I've actually seen an epic rap battles of history with Crazy Frog Gummy Bear and Scatman John because Epic Rap Battles of History official fan wiki has a section for fan-made lyrics.
Oh fuck yeah!
Oh.
And it's the fucking funniest thing I've ever seen. It's so good.
Right, back
Thanks
to the.
for ignoring that, you bitch.
I am a bitch.
I hate
You're a
you.
bitch.
More importantly, the Sonic movie.
That's it, Josh. I'm not coming over anymore.
Huh? I'll just eat nachos by myself. I'll kick Jess out.
Yeah, we'll just eat my
No, just me.
Oh. So
Jess-
when's the divorce?
Jess is being kicked out too.
Oh.
Goodbye.
Oh yeah,
Because I
Lexi.
joked about changing my name to
Frog.
You
Lexi,
should do
that's
it. I think
like-
it would be nice.
Lexi, that's the
I
biggest
think it would
news.
be nice too, I'm not gonna lie. I'll be
Looks-
a frog.
Lexi, that's the biggest news of the week. Is I'm going to visit Josh and Jess finally.
That is the biggest news. Everyone
That is
wants
good
Christian
news.
What is this? A
for that.
crossover
Yeah.
episode?
news.
Josh, you're not allowed to make that joke. You're not as big of a fan as I am.
You're right. You're a much bigger BoJack fan than me.
I love BoJack. My favorite character is it Diane? Is that her name?
You know what? Clearly, you're not a real Bugsnax Horseman fan.
Is it Diane because he stole the D? I remember that from season 1, the only season I've seen.
No, he steals the D from the Hollywood sign.
That's what I said.
You said, is it Diane because he steals the D?
No,
So it's
no,
just
I meant-
Ian.
No. I remembered that it was Diane because he stole it from the Hollywood side. Not her name is Diane because she stole one of the two D's in the name Diane.
One of the two D's and the name Diane.
The name was Diane before.
And the BoJack Horseman went into the script and went, I could steal one of these letters.
Goodbye.
Her real name was Didney.
Thank you, Jess. Very cool.
That's alright, anytime. I'm here all week. I'm here
Are you?
all year. I'm here for the rest of my life because I'm unemployed.
Oh no.
No.
Oh
Guys.
no, that's
You will
not
never.
very good.
What would you do if the "You Will Never Leave" do it for her? It was "You'll Never Speak."
You will never be Steve.
Oh, I should change my name to Speven, so that's a better one.
I mean, your name basically is already Speeve.
Yeah.
You are Speeve.
But
My
is
name's
Speed better
Steve.
or is Frog better? I mean, that's a real discussion there.
Speeve the Frog.
Speed's a frog. Okay.
Yeah, but then you get.
Is anyone in the chat, Josh?
I don't know. Is anyone in the
Speeve
chat?
the Frog and Speeve the
Let chat
Human.
decide.
Between
what
Steve and Frog.
Let chat put their own suggestions
Yes.
Oh no!
Um.
There's one
Jess,
person in chat just named Feet.
Oh wow.
That's probably Zach.
Yeah, that probably is that.
Feet.
I don't know
What
if I should
do
say
you
that.
think?
I don't know if I should say that aloud.
Hey,
That's
hey,
fine.
Twitch user Feet. Give us your input.
Twitch user
Yeah.
feet. Tell me what you,
should
think.
you should rename yourself Krusty Toes.
Oh
Oh
shit.
fuck yeah.
You should name yourself
When I
Pickle
apply
Rick.
for a job
Pickle
and they
Rick.
see crusty toast, I'm gonna be like, fuck yeah, I need
When
to
they
hire
see
that.
Pickle Rick, they're gonna be like, wow.
Speaking
He's
of Pickle
smart.
Rick, we got a thing to talk about that in a minute.
Oh yeah.
No, we don't.
Anyway,
Anyway.
We're not talking about anime Rick and Morty.
anyway, more.
Maybe
but
it's
Also, we have other stories. Jurassic
No.
World Dominion, awful name. We'll also
Jurassic
we'll
World
have
and Minions.
well Jurassic World The Minions is gonna have loads of animatronics, and that seems to be all they know about the movie so far. I watched
I
the
don't
interview,
care.
and they were just like, "Yeah, it's got loads of animatronics." Can you tell us any more about the movie? Yeah, we can tell you. There are animatronics in the movie.
Josh,
It's weird.
can we not? There isn't a single good movie in the Jurassic World universe.
That's true. Wait, Jurassic World 1's alright. People hate it more
No,
than
it
it
isn't.
deserves.
Because it's a really boring fucking movie.
That's true.
Like, it has nothing going for it, IMO.
It has Speeve. New trailer.
No, it doesn't. Don't
You're right.
even lie.
Okay, you're right. It doesn't actually have Speeve. I was pranking. And new trailer for Lovecraft Country came out. Looks interesting. Jess, what do you think?
I think it looks pretty cool.
Yeah. I never read the book, even though I always got told to by people on the internet. And I always went, I'll put it on the list. And now I don't need to because I can just watch the show.
Can we talk about Butch Hartman?
Oh, fuck.
No.
Yes. Please.
We don't talk about Butch.
Actually, what is there to say anymore?
That's
Yeah.
true. Everyone said anything.
Everyone said
Everything.
anything.
Everyone said everything. So the other day, Adult Swim were like, "Tune in. Make sure to tune into Toonami. We have something big to show you. We got something big." Do you know what it was?
And then Mr. Toonami, Tom from Toonami got out his big pee-pee.
Look how big it is.
Nice cock.
Nice cock.
They showed off two things. One of them is exciting. The other one is Rick and Morty. The first one is they showed some screenshots of the work in progress Blade Runner Black Lotus show.
Oh, finally! I thought that was
yeah.
like never coming out.
Yeah, right. And they're just screenshots, but it looks pretty. It looks pretty. Full stop.
I mean, it's like Blade Runner 2049 is like your
It is.
time, so
I hope it's good.
it won't be.
Yeah.
I mean, how boring were the shorts?
we rewatched the shorts recently, didn't we, Jess? Because I have
Yeah,
them on
they were
my
boring.
Blu-ray.
How bad were the shorts?
I will-
We did watch those
I will-
recently.
I will say, watching them back, the anime one is actually the best of the lot. Actually, no, that's a
Yeah.
lie. I like the one with Dave Bautista. The worst one is the
yeah,
longest
the-
one. The worst
the
one's the
one with
longest
Dave-
one.
The one with Dave Bautista has Adam Savage from MythBusters in
It does.
Adam Savage. Classy Adams.
Yes.
That's how I
Classy
go. That's how the song
ratchet.
goes. Look.
Adam
I know
Savage.
my
Jess,
TikTok.
jump on stream right now and do the Savage dance.
No, I don't know it.
Well,
I'm
then-
sorry, I don't know my
you-
TikTok well enough.
You clearly don't tick and talk enough.
I don't tick or talk enough.
Anyway,
What's
they
your
also
favorite TikTok. What's your? You should start a segment. TikTok of the week.
TikTok of the week. I will. So today's
And
TikTok of
wait,
the
wait,
week
wait, wait,
is.
wait, wait. I need to do the Harry Hill theme. Josh's TikTok of the week.
Oh no!
Today's TikTok of the week is here's a frog.
Josh's
Hey.
TikTok of the week.
Another TikTok. Here's a man doing an impression of
No,
Lin-Manuel
no, you have
Miranda.
one
No, you only
TikTok
get
of the
one.
week.
It's
You have
always
to
gonna
wait
be a
till
frog,
next
though.
week.
I got another one. I got another one right here. I'm just scrolling through TikTok right now. Here's another one.
I love the Lin-Manuel TikToks. They're the best.
They are the best. Anyway, the Rick and Morty short. It was actually all right. It was fine.
Oh, it's already out.
Yeah, it's on YouTube. It's like 8 minutes long. It's all right. It's fun. It's all right.
It's a shame the show doesn't normally look like that.
It's yeah, I agree. If the show looked like this all the time, this isn't my joke. I'm stealing this from someone on Twitter, but I don't remember who it is.
Yeah.
And they said, if the show always looked like this, I'd be saying Pickle Rick too.
It's true.
It's true though. If the show looked like this, even keep a lot of the writing from the actual show, just like change the way it looks.
Honestly, I think I've had this conversation with people many times. The biggest problem with adult animation is every show is fucking hideous.
Yeah. Agree.
Name an adult cartoon with a good art. There's a lot of adult cartoons I love. Like as you know, I love Aqua Teen Hunger Force. I love Space Ghost. But would I say they have good art styles? No. Like I know they're an exception because of the era they came up. But if you look at any adult cartoon, can you think of one with a nice art style?
No, I absolutely can't. What I will say is, thinking about it out of the selection, just off the top of my head, not to flex how high my IQ is, Rick and Morty has its moments, but that's literally the best I could say for any fucking adult cartoon.
What do you mean? There are some good adult cartoons.
No, I mean visually.
Oh,
I mean
it has
visually.
its moments as in terms of.
No. That'd be bullshit. No, Rick and Morty visually has its moments, but it's never the characters. It's always the environments because they have good background artists, but it's never the actual fucking characters. The show looks best when there's no one on fucking screen.
Yeah.
They all look like crumpled.
Yeah, it's true.
Like
They
somebody took the original character designs, crinkled them up, and then uncrumpled them.
and was like,
Yeah.
That's what they look
it's pretty
like.
sick.
Do you want to know my favorite? Speaking of crumpling characters, my favorite behind the scenes detail on Misadventures of Flapjack.
Please tell.
What?
Do you know how they designed background characters to make them look all weird and deformed?
Do tell.
They played that game where you fold up a piece of paper into
Oh,
three halves,
really?
and one person draws the head, one person draws the body, and one person draws the legs.
That's so good. I love that.
I love that.
Yeah, that's.
I
how
want to
they
watch.
designed
I want to watch some
every
Flapjack
background
at some point. I
character.
haven't seen it in years.
I have it. If you want me to watch it with you,
Flip,
I can bring
yeah.
it over.
Yeah, do it. What do we got next?
Probably
yeah.
nothing.
Do you remember Momo, that epic meme of the scary face?
Scary. Yes.
Hashtag Momo is real. There's a Momo movie coming out.
Oh god.
I'm not joking.
Really?
I'm not joking. This is a
How
a
does the
verified
artist
account.
feel about this?
I'm sure they got paid a lot of money.
No, they didn't.
No, you're right. I'm sure they got paid a small fee.
I'm sure they got paid 3/4 to shut the fuck up.
Yeah, it's true.
And
I'm sure they got
not
threatened very hard.
They were like, you don't own Momo. Haha.
I can't wait for this to be the next Slender Man movie.
Yeah, because it's based on a trend that people have already forgotten about.
Yep. Except this one's even worse because at least Slender Man lasted for like a good couple years. Like Momo was like a month.
That's not true. It was in a few Peppa Pig videos.
You're right. You're right. I am forgetting the Peppa Pig videos. Next, that was the end of the TV and movie news.
Oh.
Now
well,
moving on.
I should go.
Why is that?
Because I don't care about anything other than.
We're going to talk about the
TV.
Oculus.
That's a video
What are they
game
doing with
news.
the Oculus?
No, I count VR as separate to TV and games.
TV, sure, but it's still video games at the moment. No one's looking at Half-Life Alex. You literally called Half-Life Alex your favorite game of the year.
I know. I'm a hypocrite. What's new?
You're a hypocrite.
I'm hypocrite.
The Oculus
you'll pickle
2 is
Griff.
friendly.
So I wanted to talk about this
has-
leak. This
Why?
confirms a little something to me. I don't think this is the new headset.
I really hate that that you posted like a news and it was like, oh, the new Oculus is going to be pink and white, and it's like that's clearly.
It's clearly the
lighting.
lighting. Yeah,
What
really.
are you chatting?
Yeah. I did want to talk about this though because I think this is real, but I don't think this is the new Oculus headset. I think what we're looking at here is going
It's
to be
like an S.
Yeah, it's going to be like a Quest Lite or like a Quest S or something. Like it'll either be a slightly improved version of the Quest, but what it will definitely be, in my opinion, is a slightly cheaper Quest.
I would be very happy.
I think
if
what
they
they're going
release a cheaper Quest.
Yeah, I think what they're going to do is they're going to release this and their actual Quest successor. I think the plan, because the main thing that tips me off to that is the controllers, because I've talked about all of the rumors and stuff and patents and stuff that they've been experimenting with for a while, and we know for a fact that they are making new controllers that work in completely new ways to previous Oculus controllers for the new headsets. But these are the exact same controllers that the Quest uses.
I have my question, Josh.
Please tell.
Are you going to get the new Oculus?
I probably will, but I probably won't get it at launch.
Is Jess going to get your old Oculus?
Yeah, if I get the new one, Jess can have my old one.
I've been tempted to save up for an index, honestly.
So is
Oh,
Jess.
I know, me too.
Why do people want indexes over Oculuses?
Because I looked through the
Like,
Oculus
like,
Quest and it's like looking through a fucking screen door.
See, I
for
don't
one.
get
Jess
Yes.
I don't get screen door effect that bad. Maybe I'm just small brain.
Wait,
Not
do you
small
already-
brain.
Do you already have
Focus
VR?
on things that are close up.
Alex has
And also, I
Quest.
really like the knuckle controllers
Oh,
on
yeah.
the index. from
Yeah,
what I've
the
seen.
Knuckles
They,
controllers are
slip on
like
my
the
glove.
big. Yeah, they're the big selling point for the
Lexi,
index.
do you already have VR?
Yes.
Can I have your old VR?
I was gonna give my old one to my brother, honestly. It depends on when I get.
You get
the
nothing,
Valve
Tom.
Yeah, but I can send you toe pics.
I'm
You don't
not
want-
into feet, Tom.
don't
I'm
want them.
sorry.
I'll send you pictures of my big fat tummy.
You drive a hard bargain.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Well, Grith's channel is gonna get banned. See you all never.
Oh boy. What I will say.
wish.
What I will
God,
say
I wish
is
that would happen.
this headset from other images looks like it has. That the images aren't on this fucking post, but looks like it has different lenses. Obviously, the ports are in different places, and obviously the color is different, and the head strap is different. But I still maintain that I think this will be a Quest Lite or like a Quest S or something like that. And I
It's gonna
think
be a
Especially
DS
given
Lite.
the the different way the link cable outlet
Yes.
is positioned.
Yeah. I think what they're going to do is they're going to be like, this is the more affordable option, and we also are releasing the proper Quest successor. And I still maintain that when they announce their big new headset, it's going to be the thing that's like, okay, we're throwing out the Rift S, we're throwing out the original Rift. This is going to be a portable and computer hooked up thing from the ground up, built to be that from the ground up. Because at the end of the day, the Quest is designed to be a portable headset, and the plugging it into the computer is retroactively added in. I think
it's a complete afterthought.
Yeah, absolutely. I think this new headset will have that from the ground in. Like, will be built specifically to be both of those things.
That seems like a logical step.
It does, and I think they're basically going to try and push to make that like their main product as a company. And this is going to be like, here's the more affordable option for if because it'll be like fucking £700 £1
million.
Yeah, because I mean, there's a lot of fucking there's rumors of eye tracking in the new headset. We know that
what purpose would that have in VR?
Eye tracking.
Other than making sick eye tracker YouTube videos where you look at the Twitch streamers' boobies.
Eye tracking could be good for two reasons. The first being digital IPD adjustment, IPD being interpupillary distance, the distance between your eyes. Most headsets have a slider on it. The Quest, for instance, has a slider on the bottom to adjust the IPD. But the other reason is because obviously your eyes focus on things at different distances, and if it can track your eyes, it can replicate that in VR.
Whoa.
But obviously that's expensive. Do you know what else is expensive? The new controllers, which are going to use the inside-out tracking, but also have individual finger tracking, which is, I don't know quite how that works in my head. Because that would be very, very tracking intensive. But, you know what?
Yeah.
If they can figure it out, then they can figure it out. But I'm thinking this is a Quest Lite, and the Quest 2 is going to be something we haven't even seen yet.
And it's going to blow us all away.
And it'll blow your mind.
It's my movie, my
I hate that song now.
It's all
I've heard it.
Picture my booty in 3D.
I like
my booty.
I like the film too much to hate that song, but I've heard that song so many times.
I just avoid it. Whenever I see it, I just go, I'm not going to watch this.
Yeah, you did the right thing. Oh, you thought I was finished talking about theme parks, boys? I have some sad news.
Right, Lexi, do you want to like go in a separate VC for like?
Halloween Horror Nights.
I don't know what I want to do anymore.
Oh no.
This year was going to be the 30th anniversary of Halloween Horror Nights at Universal Studios, but they have cancelled the event.
Oh no.
But that means I won't miss one. Woo!
Okay.
Yahoo!
Okay, that's the story.
Josh, I wish I had as much. Josh, can you give me money? Just.
Oh, Josh doesn't have money to afford to go there.
It's my parents' money.
Can you?
Yeah, scam your parents into buying me Hilux 2.
Shit.
Can you just like?
I deserve it.
Can you just like try and get them to adopt me?
I can try.
I can pretend to be straight for them.
It's true.
G4 TV might be coming back.
Okay.
That's the story.
Never stop playing.
We never stop playing.
I'm a gamer. Did you guys know I'm a gamer?
No, I had no idea.
I would never have guessed.
I'm a gamer. I'm a gamer girl, guys.
You are a gamer girl, guy.
Oh, kind of sexy.
This is my coming out. I am a gamer girl.
Tom trans.
I'm coming out as trans gamer.
No, I'm not trans. I'm just a gamer girl.
No, you're trans gamer.
When that girl said, "Why is there no Game Boy Girl?" it really stuck with me.
It made you think things through.
Exactly.
You were now the Game Boy Girl.
The final
That's
story.
what I am.
Asus is going to be launching the Republic of Gamers Phone 3. Everyone,
ROG.
why isn't
we say the
everyone
ROG
cheering? Are you not interested in
a
the gamer phone?
I have a
I-
Samsung.
I don't need a gamer phone. I've already got the Google Pixel 3.
Why the fuck don't you want a £1,000 gamer phone?
Because I'm not. You know, earlier when I just said I was a gamer,
Yeah.
I was lying.
No.
But Tom, it comes
I
with 3
trusted
months of
you.
Stadia Pro.
Oh yeah.
Oh, is that why we've included this in the
I would have
news?
included it anyway because I legitimately like the look of the gamer phone.
Even though it's all RGB.
It's got RGB on the back.
It's got RGB.
It does. It has
Yeah.
an RGB. It has an RGB ROG logo on the back.
Yeah.
Oh, this is the most tragic
And
timeline.
it's do you,
The only cool thing
I
about
thought-
it
I
is
thought 2020 couldn't get worse.
do you want to know even better? The phone comes with a case, and you think, oh, I can cover up the RGB. The case has
no.
built-in RGBs and works via NFC with the phone to light up the entire back of the case with RGBs.
it changes your theme with every case. It changes your phone's theme to a more ugly UI, a more ugly gamer UI.
Yeah,
Josh, Josh, as a gamer, how does this make you feel?
I feel represented finally by my phone. Oh, Samu
That's
says
good.
gamer phone, more like, do you all not have phones?
Yeah, and we will announce that
Diablo
Immortal
Immortal?
is exclusive for gamer phone.
Exclusive for the gamer phone. Fuck. But here's some of the stuff you can get for it and some of the stuff it comes with. It comes with a dock so you can plug it into a TV. It comes with a Switch-esque controller, a
just a
keyboard,
Switch.
a second screen. You can plug in a
Oh,
case that gives it a
yes.
second screen. It comes with a
I've seen-
cooling
wait,
fan.
I've actually. I saw the previous version of this phone. It
The
had
OG
like
phone
all of
too.
the same features.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It has a lot
The
of the same stuff.
only
This is just
good
like
thing
I
I've
think
noticed
I have a
on it-
prototype of the gamer phone. It has Animal Crossing on it.
the
You might have seen it around.
the
Why-
big
why-
change
Why
between
would you need anything else?
the big change between this and the ROG Phone 2 is that this one has a fucking massive battery. This one, it's like a 600. Yeah, fuck.
It's
No,
got
what
a
is it? It's
fucking
like,
massive bat.
it's like a 60,000 milliamp hour battery. It's something huge. Meaning that potentially, if you didn't actually use it for gaming and just use it as a regular phone, you could have it on for like 3 days without running out of battery.
Whoa, is that like the Duracell phone that you can have on for like 3 weeks?
God.
Did you
except,
ever see the?
yeah,
did you
I
ever see the
saw.
Duracell phone
Yeah.
that was like chunky as shit.
Yeah. Oh, fuck's sake. Duracell phone. Tom, I like this skeleton-looking fella.
Thank you. I thought you would like him.
I do love skeletons. But with the gamer phone, that's our last story of the day.
Oh, wait, Josh, do you love him as skeleton?
I love him as skeleton.
Wow.
You know, I'm wearing a spooky shirt right now. It's my Exorcist shirt.
Does it say Existence on
Whoa.
it?
I wish I had an Existence shirt that just had a picture of the fucking Flesh console on it.
Yeah. That
I
would
think
be-
you
that
need
would
a
be
shirt
neat.
that says Society on it.
Oh, don't we all?
Jess,
Don't
can we
all?
just buy like a white shirt and then just write Society on it?
Yeah, we can.
I'd love to do
The
that.
Society. One of the
Well-
best movies ever made. The Society.
Samuel says, down for Fallout 76 after the stream. Are you going to sleep like a non-gamer? It is 11 p.m., so
Yeah,
I'm
it's
probably going to
pretty late
sleep
here.
like a non-gamer.
The
Nerd.
good thing about me being on Grith show is Josh has someone to bounce off. The bad thing is I extend it by like 5 hours.
Yeah, the last 2 Grist shows have been 1 hour. Today's show has been 3 hours.
That's me.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. But with the end of the stories comes the end of the show.
No.
Unless
I want
you-
more Grith show. Let's start it again.
Let's start it
do all
again?
the stories
Okay, let's do
again.
it. So, did you hear this guy, Junji Ito, might be working with Hideous
Shut-
Lima?
So did you guys hear that Butch Hartman is no good? I don't know if you Butch Hartman
No, I
created your
love,
childhood.
I love Butch Hartman. He said,
Butch
I'm not going to
Hartman
repeat any of the
commission.
things that he said. I think I might get banned from Twitch.
I will. Butch Hartman said that his religion can cure autism.
Wow. If Butch said it, it must be true.
It is true because Butch said it, and Butch created my childhood.
Samu says, "Oh Jesus, don't bring up Butch Hartman."
Butch Hartman.
Too
Hey,
late.
hey! Don't you say that about Butch.
Hey,
He's a role model for the Christian youth.
Big fart man.
Bitch Hartman.
Josh, you'll
Big
never see
Hartman.
this. He's too much of an old man to know what streaming is. That's why I access now.
I made this song for the Christian youth. I got it. It's me, the
Josh,
Christian
no,
truth. When
no.
there's kids on the
Josh,
street.
Josh, sing.
Butch
sing,
Hartman made that song.
No, he made the only song he's ever made is My Shiny Teeth.
My shiny what?
My Shiny Teeth and Me.
Oh fuck's sake!
Look it up. Look it up.
Oh god, I'm gonna have to look it up. Let's go.
It's a real song that exists.
I love My Shiny Teeth. It's not as good as Lin-Manuel's poem about having sex, but
Did you thumb her clit?
It's the worst, goddamn. Especially paired with his like gross lip biting photo.
I know.
What is
Oh,
my
I
shiny
hate
teeth and me?
it's from.
Oh, it's Chip.
Song
Chip
from
Skylark.
Skylark.
You
Yeah.
remember Chip Skylark, but you don't remember My Shiny Teeth and Me.
Because it's just it is what it's meant to be, which is generic pop song.
My shiny teeth, that's for good. Just like quit my dream. My shiny teeth, that's big gold.
Wow, Butch Hartman could really only design one character.
No. Have you not seen his show Bunsen is a Beast?
The more time passes, the more I'm annoyed by the way he draws smiles.
Oh, I know.
But Josh, it's shiny teeth.
Does he have a smile?
Let's check the comments. Comments are
not a
turned.
thing,
Comments are
Jess.
turned off.
Might be.
I don't know. I think Butch Hartman has it.
Yeah, I think if anyone does, it's
But sharp.
Butch Hartman.
Let's end the stream.
Sorry, I was hypnotized by those shiny teeth.
They are so and so shiny.
Samu says, "Did you know that the fairy doctor in the show is supposed to represent Butch?" Yes, I did know that because he draws it the exact same way he draws himself.
Yeah, but he changed his Twitter avatar to look objectively worse.
He did. Let's get up his Twitter. Butch. Come on, Butch.
Do you
No,
remember
I don't
before
want
he
that.
made? Do you remember before he made a YouTube channel where everyone respected him?
yeah, everyone respected him.
No, they did, and then
Yeah,
he made a
before he did
YouTube
that.
channel.
Oh fuck! Can we get up that clip of Butch Hartman being like, you can't take me down. You think you can take me down?"
My favorite
Yeah.
Butch Hartman clip is when he says, "Imagine trying to critique my show when you've never made anything in your life."
Yes, yes, that's the best one. Imagine when you've never made anything in your life.
So
God.
thanks, Butch.
Why has no one re-uploaded just a plain video of him
Hey guys,
saying it?
as many of you know, I'm watching
What
a
does he
brand
say?
When he goes, "You're gonna take me down? You've never made anything." It's the same. It's the same rant.
Oh.
It's the exact
Oh,
same
okay.
rant. Has he left the video up? There's no way.
Doubt it.
No.
Actually, no, because he's not self-aware enough.
His channel's still up.
Yeah, I know his channel. So he left it for ages, and now he re-uploads old videos.
I'm gonna fucking find this clip if it's the last thing I do.
Okay.
If it's the
Can
last
we
of
watch-
us two.
So I don't normally talk about.
Can we watch if YouTubers were in Fairly Odd Parents? That's one of my favorite videos. It's so good. I like when he makes
Oh,
them in Fairly
cool.
Odd Parents.
r/copypasta has got a written version of it. If you guys think you're gonna knock me down or make me fail, do you know what you're dealing with? Do you know? Do you have any idea who you're dealing with? what I've been up against already as a father and husband and someone who's worked in Hollywood for 30 years, and you are going to take
about
me
working
down?
in Hollywood.
No, never.
What are you kidding? That's a kind of joke. I think so. Good luck. Best of luck, everybody. Love Butch. Love him.
People say they can outsmart me. Maybe. But I have yet to meet someone who can outsmart Bullet.
Samu
What's that
says,
from?
Let's meet the heavy.
yeah, Team Fortress. Samu
I
says,
don't know. I
Do you
don't know
remember-
TF2.
do you remember when he charged $200 for traced artwork? I do, because that was just now.
But Josh, what about when he charged £100 for his new cartoon? You could only watch it if you spent £100. It's called the Something Tree.
Yes, I remember vaguely.
Do you remember me telling you about that an
Yes,
hour ago?
yes, I do remember you telling me about that an hour ago.
No, 3 hours ago, sorry.
Ah, fuck.
What an unproblematic man.
Seriously.
Yeah.
What has Butch Hartman ever
Never
done?
once done wrong.
What's
What
ever
has he ever
well, I will
done?
tell you, he created your child, Josh. If you didn't know, he is the creator of Fairly Odd Parents, Danny Phantom, Tough Puppy, and Bunsen is a Beast.
I never
I don't
liked
know
Danny
that last
Phantom
one.
much. Bunsen,
They are the only 4 shows.
Tough Puppy was just bad.
No, I would argue it's worse than bad. I would argue it's uninteresting and boring.
Yes, it was bad.
Disgusting.
No.
What about fucking Bunsen is a Beast? I've never even seen Bunsen is a Beast.
Awful. It's
Yeah.
easily his worst show.
Oh, nice. Epic.
It's worse than like recent Fairly Odd Parents.
I just... Butch. I
Buddy.
want to have a conversation with that man. I do. I really do.
Maybe he could be the next Daddy Derek, the next friend of the channel.
I really hope so. I really hope so. I would love to have...
You only currently have one friend of the channel, as
And
in a
that's-
famous person that you know.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. You know what? Next time there's a story
Joshua.
about Cool Cat or Daddy Derek, I'm gonna go. So Cool Cat, friend of the channel, by the way.
Josh, am I a friend of the channel?
You're not even a friend.
Am I a friend of the channel?
Who? Oh, twitch.tv/the mince.
You can't be a
That's
friend
the
of the
one.
channel unless you have over 10,000.
Unless you have over 10 followers, I don't want to hear it.
I have over 10 followers.
Oh, I'm
I
listening.
also have over 10 followers.
Bend over.
Who's Ben Dover?
Alright, I'm going.
All right, that's the end of the show. Thanks for coming, everyone.
Woohoo!
Everyone, say your classic sign-off quotes. Go on.
Bazinga.
Yay! Tom, say your famous sign-off quote. Come on.
Evil black creature. Get out of my
Samu.
sight.
Carl had a good point.
Who?
I was referencing Shadow the Hedgehog, guys.
Sure, yeah. I believe.
That's pretty epic.
If my name wasn't Shadow.
Shadow the
Jack.
Hedgehog does hate black creatures.
He does. He said. Disgusting black creatures.
If I saw that damn thing in my living room, I would shoot it until it was a small black stain.
I'll say my famous end of quote. Well, if you can't handle the heat, get out the kitchen.
Yeah!
Eh?
Jess, what's your famous sign-off quote?
Frogs are people too.
No, they're not.
I think
No!
frogs should vote.
No, they
Yes.
shouldn't. No, they shouldn't.
You're just a hater, Tom. You're
You're
just
just a hater.
froggist.
I
You are
am.
froggers.
I'm the best Fred Figglehorn song, Hater Taters.
No, you're not. You
Excuse me,
deserve
the
that
best
title.
Fred Figglehorn song is The Babysitter's a Vampire, so what the
No,
fuck
no,
are
no,
you
no.
talking about?
It's Christmas Cash.
Oh, you're right. It is Christmas Cash.
Cash.
Let's watch that right now, shall we?
No. Let's watch Hater Taters.
I just type in Christmas Cash. Wow, it really was the first thing that came up.
So I just downloaded the free browser
Yeah, because Fred Figglehorn is a big deal.
This has 26 million views.
Fred Figglehorn knows what he's doing.
I love Fred Figglehorn. He can figgle my horn.
You go, okay.
Yeah. Huh?
I kind of feel sorry for Lucas, I'll be honest.
It's fine. He's got a career now.
Yeah, he's doing alright for himself.
Yeah, he's doing well reacting to Fred clips.
Yeah.
That is basically his whole channel. They'd be like, here's what happened on set for the Fred movie. Here's what happened when I met Miranda Cosgrove on the iCarly set.
I was Fred, you know.
Did you know Fred Figglehorn was me?
Give me my clout, please.
I mean, it worked for him.
Yeah, it did.
I was gonna click on the Fred channel to see what was on it, but I know that they fucking posted a bunch of bullshit out on there.
No, yeah, Jake Paul hosts one of the shows.
I know. It's not even funny. It's just lame.
Yeah.
Let me get up the babysitter as a vampire.
No, Josh. Let's end the stream.
No, I want to watch this.
Josh.
No one is still sat in chat like, oh, I need to see when they watch Fred Figglehorn.
I'm gonna wait until my viewers say 0. I'm gonna keep watching Fred videos.
No, Joe.
Alright, well, I would close the stream.
What would you do if Lucas Crookshank came in the stream and went, hey, did you know I was Fred?
I'd go, who?
You're watching my videos, and I go, no, this is my favorite song. I don't know who made it.
Credit to the artist.
Friend of the channel, by the way.
Friend of the channel, by the way.
Friend of the channel.
Josh, the Fred music videos may as well be PG, my favorite Martian songs.
You are not wrong. They really are. They have the same vibe.
Can you put on transphobic techno? That's a real slapper. No, don't, Josh. Absolutely don't. It'll make you so upset.
Oh, they removed it.
What?
It's not there. What?
Can we all
No.
have a moment of silence for our fallen hero?
No, there's no way they did that. The classic song.
Josh, how about you sing it?
Why don't you?
No. I've already done enough singing on this channel.
I need a drink.
Oh my
I got a
god,
bad
Tom,
throat.
when you're over, we can do Twitch things.
Oh my god, no.
Yeah.
No, Tom needs to do.
I remember to bring alcohol.
Yeah. God.
Josh, what was that?
Let's watch your favorite one.
Maybe it's the way you dress. Thanks for the fart, Lexi.
You're welcome. I needed to spice up the content on the stream.
Josh, why are we still going?
I'm nothing. I'm not doing anything.
Yeah, but you're the one hosting this.
I'm not doing a single.
I thought this was your show.
You're right. I'm Griff now.
I thought we were Griff.
You're right, Josh. When I come over, I'm going to stream Joe.
Nice. And on that note, I'll say my famous sign-off.
I need to do a funny joke. Josh, when I come over, I will stream nothing but hardcore furry vor.
All right. And on that note,
animate it myself
on the spot.
Yeah.
And on that note, I'll end with my famous sign-off quote. Who's your mama? Joe.
No, Josh. No,
That's
Josh,
the quote.
Josh. No, Josh. You have to change the quote to fit Scooby Doo 2.
Yeah.
You're pushing your luck, Scoob.
Wait, Jess,
Who's
finish it
your
by saying.
mommy?
Finish it by saying who's your mummy in your anime voice, Jess.
Who's your mommy?
That was terrible.
Jess, can you come right up to the stream microphone and do it?
I will, hold
Instead
on.
of
I
having
gotta
this
take my
low
headphones
quality
off for this.
Discord.
Well, I don't have to.
Oni-chan, who's your mommy?
Oh, I hated
Oh
that
fuck!
so
I think I just went into cardiac arrest for a moment there. Okay, thanks for watching the stream. I am down to 0 viewers, just as God intended. Bye bye.
It's what you deserve.